What did you feel when you discovered all this debt? We're talking $23,000 you racked up.
If I racked up $24,000 worth of debt, I wouldn't have time to be on Caleb Hammer's show because I'd be working like 3 jobs.
What do you think was spent in the household?
$4,700.
Okay, no, it was $6,000.
Holy sh! It's even crazier that he drastically underestimated it, which means he did that on purpose.
I just like to spend money.
What is he doing? Is he just using her as a crutch?
I still don't know how credit works, but
I don't know how credit works. I do not believe that. I think that's just like a mini excuse.
I think another problem I have is I've never had any good financial role models.
Here's the 20 reasons why it's not my fault.
I have to apologize to my boy, Papa Gut out there. He thinks I'm always trying to break couples up. I promise I'm not.
Sometimes he is, though. And sometimes it's deserved. And so far, it's definitely deserved.
Is he legitimately stupid, Paul?
I do come to that thought in my head.
Caleb just made fun of this guy for being stupid in front of his own wife that didn't even take his last name. And now she's like, yeah, you know, I've been kind of thinking that myself. This is so emasculating. All right, everybody, let's get this going. This looks entertaining. This is funny. Caleb mentions me in this video, which I think is silly, and it's one of the reasons I want to watch it. It's like a silly little thing he says. We'll get to it when we get to it. But it's so funny. My wife likes Caleb Hammer. That's why me and him are best friends. Okay. And she said something. She was watching this today. She was watching the clip on like TikTok or something, and she's like, "Did you see this video from Caleb?" I'm like, "Oh, that's the video that everybody keeps sending to me because Caleb does like a little nod to me in it." And she's like, "It's fucking crazy." I was like, "Really?" So you know, that's another reason I want to watch it. So apparently the guy in it's a real piece of dog shit. So I'm curious about it, man. It's called "He's More Disgusting Than Boogie 2988." It's been a while since we talked about Boogie. It was an enjoyable while too. But let's get this going, man.
What kind of man are you?
Whoa.
I don't think I'm a
Whoa, he looks like a little. He looks strange.
I'll work 2 jobs in one.
They look like they could be related, but not in a bed. What? In a bed way, maybe. I'm not trying to insult them. We're gonna pretend I didn't say that.
One day,
She has 3 fucking jobs.
and I work part-time at Target too.
She has 4
Man,
jobs.
can you give me the new Switch, dude? That'd be fucking sick.
I don't want to work at McDonald's.
I don't give a what a answer. How close are you at calling quits?
Yeah, that's close.
Download my budgeting app today and take control of your money once and for all.
Do it, guys.
And for a limited time only,
Dude, Caleb, give me free access to your budgeting app.
sign up for the annual version of Premium and get my cookbook and notebook signed and mailed directly.
I actually just recently subscribed to Caleb so I could watch his live streams because he does member only lives. They were doing something silly. They were doing like a little game show. I watched it for a little bit while I was doing some editing work. It was cute, you know. So I did it the other night.
To you. Link in the description and pinned comment below.
Hi, I'm Ava. I'm 25 years old.
Hi, I'm Wesley. I'm 24 years old. And
Damn, first red flag. The guy's younger than the girl. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right, guys? Come on. I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one.
live in Fort Worth, Texas.
And you're watching Financial Audit.
Yes, you are. And thanks for coming down here, guys. I really
Thanks for coming.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Ava, you're in front of me. So let's start with you. What do you do for a living up there?
I work with kids. I'm a Montessori teacher, and I do like
What is a Montessori teacher? What the fuck does that mean? They put it at the bottom because they knew I wouldn't know what the fuck that is. What is a Montessori teacher? What the fuck? Let's see. The teacher's role is to create an optimal learning environment by carefully designing and preparing the classroom. What is this? What is this? I guess they're supposed to be more student-centered. I've never heard of this before.
princess birthday parties.
Wait, what?
I work with kids. I'm a Montessori teacher, and I do like princess birthday parties.
All right.
Okay. Listen, here's the thing. I get little notes here and there. I go into this blind.
Okay.
I get little notes. They're like, okay, here's a couple little things that, might be interesting to learn about them. I don't have the information, but, I go in blind with the audience. One bullet is just at the top, and I just looked over as you were just saying what your name was, and it says, Ava applied for the show mid-argument.
Yeah, I did do that.
Mid-argument? What does that mean?
I did apply mid-argument. It was,
Wait, was she having an argument with her boyfriend or something?
It was like right after I had found out about like the extent of everything. So
Found out about the
shit.
extent. What does that mean?
I had found out that I was looking through his card and I had seen I saw some transactions that I didn't know what they
Oh shit, dude. Was he jacking off to porn or something?
were. So I asked him, I was like, hey, what is this? And then he was like, oh, it's a credit card that I don't use anymore. Like, I don't know what that is.
But you're
Weird that my brain went right to jacking off. That's do I have a problem, guys? What the hell?
seeing transactions.
Yes, I was seeing transactions. So then I was like, okay, well, you need to look into that. And then I like saw the number of the credit card debt, and I was like, okay, that's
Wait, you didn't? Are you guys married?
yeah,
Yes,
we're married.
yes.
Damn, married young, baby. That's tough. I don't know. I feel like I'm 35. I got married when I was like 30. I feel like it's weird to get married so early, but I also think I'm very immature, if that makes sense. And it took me a while to find somebody like somebody that I'm compatible with, like my wife, in like a true, meaningful way. So it's just strange to me when people fall in love young. But then again, I don't know if they're in young. I don't know if they're in love necessarily. I think he's a mooch or a leech.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
there
didn't
was
know
no
about this debt?
No. There was no debt before we got married. There was no debt before we got married.
Hold on. How long have you guys been married?
It'll be 2 years in October.
What the did you find?
Damn.
I mean, it was nothing like, just like debt, like more than I don't have debt. So
So the
any
debt we're talking
amount,
about today, you accrued?
Yeah, it's on me.
Damn.
So-
Hopefully he was just buying his girlfriend, his wife, some nice stuff. You know.
so like any amount of debt, like 520,000, any of it, all of it stresses me out. So
Yeah.
So any of the number that
It's
I
a
saw
risk.
was stressed.
Why weren't you?
So I didn't think to like be looking at his accounts because we don't have a joint account. We have separate
Any joint
accounts.
account?
No, because
Why?
we don't have any like bills that are together because we still live at home. So like we live at we live at my dad's house together, and
you taking out debt then for? Because if we have low
Yeah.
overhead, I'm confused. Okay, well, I guess we'll get into that in a second. Okay, that's interesting. So when did this argument take place? And then you applied for the show.
I had known
Maybe gambling. He looks more like a gooner. I don't know if it's gambling. He looks more like a gooner.
like a little bit of the extent of it in March, and I took all his credit cards in March, and then
A couple months ago, yeah.
yeah. So
She took all of his credit cards?
then
Oh, is she saying that she like destroyed them? Probably smart.
in April is whenever I had like applied, and
Yeah.
we were like, I had found out that there was like a little bit of extra charges from cards that I take from him. So
So if she doesn't take a card from you, charges the... Okay.
Yeah.
So then you found the charges.
yeah, so then we were fighting about it. And then like my best friend has been telling me, like since I had been telling her about that she was like, you need to go on financial audit. Like we both watch it, like just apply.
Yes, they're the financial audit fans, the real connoisseurs there. It's a beautiful thing. The real fine connoisseurs, I think the type of Goonie material, totally a Haname fan,
So then
You think it's all lollygod? That's fucking wild, brother.
I like was applying mid-argument.
What was the argument? Tell me. What was going on?
Well, it was about like the cards that I hadn't collected
yeah,
that
but
he was
walk
still
me through
using.
the argument.
I saw a charge on his account because like every once in a while it'd
Come
be
on,
like,
just get to it. Stop ducking around. We know what the charge is. Now tell us so we feel good about our assertion here, our estimation or whatever.
oh, let me check your bank account. Like I want to go to the movies, or like we want to do this. Like let's see if like we both have the money for it. And then I was going through his bank account. There was a charge from a card that I did not have of his, and I was like, what is that? He was like, oh, that's an old card that isn't like, it doesn't work anymore. And then he was like, actually, I have cards in my car.
In my
In his car? What?
car?
Yeah, in my car. So
He was hiding cards in his car?
Because it didn't fit my wallet.
Pokemon card. How many cards do you have? What the fuck?
I just left them in my car and didn't tell her about them.
That's dangerous, though, because someone
Yeah,
breaks
yeah.
in. But not only that, like, obviously, we're having conversations the month prior about, hey, what the is up with all of these cards? Okay, let me hide the cards from you because you're incapable of not using the card if she doesn't hide them, that sounds like. But you didn't think to bring up the other cards that were conveniently separate from everything and went with us everywhere we went.
No, it's just more. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I thought I could get it.
Hurt her feelings?
Yeah, I thought I could get
Hurt her feelings? You guys are like financially tied to each other once you get married. It's hurting her feelings to keep her in the loop.
it figured out before she
So
found out about
continuing to hide the disaster that she tried to mitigate was preventing hurting her feelings?
it. Yeah, in my head it was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that doesn't, I don't think that's true at all. I mean, maybe it is, or maybe he's just being selfish and trying to make it seem like he's a sensitive fucking guy, even though he's an asshole.
Walk me through that one.
Well, she's pretty emotional.
No, that is not.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm pretty emotional too. I get pretty emotional about people, you know, putting me in significant financial like issues. So, you know what I mean? Like, I would be pretty pissed about that. I'd be emotional too, brother. I'd be emotional too. You know, but my emotion just manifests differently, you know? So I'd be more angry than crying. That's usually what guys say when they call women emotional. They're referring to the fact that like they'll cry about stuff. That's just a way that they express their emotions. But you know, I wouldn't cry. I just get angry.
You protecting her emotions. That is you preventing getting into a conversation where she would get emotional, and you don't like that.
Yeah.
Justifiably emotional, by the way. It's just not.
That is protecting you. It has nothing to do with her.
True, Caleb.
It's a selfish choice. If I look at it
Caleb's our woke king here.
that way, yeah, like the real way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a selfish choice.
Oh my god.
What did you say?
Yeah. I usually would say like, well, if you would have just told me about it, then we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, you could have like, you know, actually made an informed decision.
But really,
and also like paid off. I mean, if you decided to stay with him, to pay it off, you know, to be like, this way you're not into fucking like ridiculous amounts of debt.
they didn't fit in his wallet. So like I had bought him like
Yeah, but that's not the point. That's not the point. It's the fact that they're conveniently in a place that you never
that I
are
would
and went
not
with
look.
him everywhere he went after
He
you
was obviously trying to hide it.
took the
I want to know what his car looks like. I feel like his car is like an old sedan and it just looks like shit. It's like beat up, it's full of garbage. You know, he has a Starbucks girl car, you know what I mean?
other credit cards from him the month previous. Obviously, whether or not this was like a choice where he sat down and maniacally planned it. Come on, it was subconsciously there.
Yeah. The next time he used
You tell him his mom babied him too much, so he feels like he's justified in hiding this shit.
card, he should have been like, oh man, I need to.
And then the next few times?
Yeah.
What did you feel when you discovered all this debt?
I was like, holy f***.
We're talking 23,000 you racked up.
What the fuck? $24,000, dude. Holy shit. Maybe it is gambling. That's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. If I racked up $24,000 worth of debt, I wouldn't have time. I wouldn't have time to be like walking around going on Caleb Hammer's show because I'd be working like 3 jobs. Are you fucking kidding me? That's absurd, brother.
Did you even know that number?
No, I mean, I did.
Oh.
So after I had like sent everything in, I like went in like on my iPad and like made like a spreadsheet and like highlighted everything and was like, you're not doing this, and that anymore. Like that was my.
What is she? She's being a little indirect. I need to know. I don't know.
Exact reaction whenever
Yeah, either gambling or Papa got super chats. One of those two.
I saw it.
What would have happened if you did not find this out?
I don't know.
She just wouldn't know about it, brother. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't gonna tell her. He was gonna try to get away with that shit, and I doubt he was gonna try to pay it off. You know, see that's the thing because if he doesn't work any, it's one thing like okay, I racked up an incredible amount of debt. That's not good, but like, and you hiding it is obviously worse. But like, if you're working a lot of jobs to pay it off so that you could hide your shame, I could respect that a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like okay, you know you fucked up, so you're like hiding your shame. Like I can respect that. But I don't think he's doing anything.
What do you think would have happened if she did not find this out?
I probably would have racked up more.
Oh, well, he's not doing that at all.
Why?
I like spending money that I don't have.
Yeah, I like spending money I do have, so that's probably the difference between the two of us.
Sure, but you have a wife.
Yeah.
You have a wife at home who you can't even get an own place for.
Yeah.
True.
And you desire and think your own spending's more important than taking care of her?
No, I don't think it's more important.
Yet, that is what your actions suggest.
Just a young, dumb kid.
No, I hate it when people do that shit. Like, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I was a very young, dumb kid. I took a long time to mature. You know, much of it is thanks to my wife. Like I'm happy and proud to be with her, and like, you know, people around me like me more, et cetera, et cetera. But when I was this guy's age, because he's 24, I did not think I was a young, dumb kid. And so, like, the reason why you're young and dumb is because you don't think that you're young and dumb, right? So you make young, dumb decisions because you think you're a grown person. But if you're 24 years old and you're like, well, I'm young and dumb, and you're making bad decisions, you know what you're doing. He knows what he's doing. He's fully aware of what he's doing. Either that or he's on a supreme cope, where he's just like, oh yeah, I know, I'm young and dumb. Like, he's coping. Like, he wants to know the answer so he gets less backlash onto it. Maybe. That's being charitable. But I really just feel like it's an excuse for your bad behavior. It's pathetic. I would be fucking mortified if I went on to Caleb's show and I was like all fucked up like this guy. I wouldn't be joking about it. I wouldn't even go. Frankly, I have too much pride for that. But
I never.
If you're 24, shut the f up.
Oh,
You're not
get it,
14.
Caleb.
Your cognitive ability to make rational decisions basically peaks at 14. Yes, everyone gets the
at 14, maybe, I don't know.
good old brain frontal lobe 26.
I'm not even talking about frontal lobe, but in general, this guy knows what he's doing.
Whatever. Yeah, 98% of it's good by 14. You don't all of a sudden become
Does he mean 14?
magically less when you become 26. It's not like a switch flicks, okay?
Yeah.
So dumb, kid. You're 24. Come on. People are 2 years
Shout out to the show 24.
out of college at that point, 2 years into a career. Kid. Don't come in here with kid.
Don't come in here.
24. What are we doing, 24? Come on. Is that how we view ourselves?
No, I feel like whenever I turned 25, I felt like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm halfway to 50. And I feel like he feels like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Shit, I get that. I'm fucking 35. I think I got it. I think I'm good till, I think 65 is when I'll probably die or something. You know what I mean? I got a good amount left, you know?
only 24. Like, I was 18 yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was 18, I was so excited to
Freshly 24, guys. How the fuck do I get up there?
get out of the house and just go start my life. 24 living at home, and I don't care living at home. I mean, obviously it's American culture. We get out of the house quicker, you know, whatever. But people stay at home longer in other places. But so that's not the part
I
of
mean, listen, I was there till I was like, I lived with my mom till I was like 29. Well, like I told you, I mean, I had a decent job too. I was making like $50,000 a year. It's just tough out there, man. I also had an issue with the person I was with at the time, but that's a different conversation. But damn,
I'm judging, but it's like,
the fuck did
okay,
you go?
we are married,
Yeah.
living at home. That's
Yeah.
a little less.
I want to finish school.
Is that what you're in, or is that what
I
you're
just
doing?
got accepted into nursing school like last week.
Okay.
So
do you have any credits
last
you're able to
year-
bring in? Is it like a 2-year program now?
last year I took off of work and I was in school all of last year working on my prereqs and everything. And then I applied to nursing school and I just got in like last week.
wow, nursing school's tough. That's a tough job. That's crazy. I don't know if she's got it in her being. Well, you know what? That makes sense that she'd be a nurse. Like nurses are like, I don't know her. She's rude. Nurses are all mean and rude. But they do way too much for their partner. That's the thing. Like women who are nurses and social workers, probably teachers, are mean. They are very mean. And they also do way too much for like worthless men. Like they'll be fucking rude and mean and they'll snap at you. But when it comes to their boyfriend or their husband, they will literally just go into generational debt for them, regardless of other responsibilities. They're fucking weird. They're nice, but like they're mean. You know what I mean? Like they're like ride or dies. You know, and it's usually the same thing with their patients too. Like they'll ride or die for you, but they'll also like spit in your coffee. So, you know, this way it's easier for you to jack off. Just to be clear, my mother-in-law is a teacher. I mean, excuse me, is a nurse, and my wife is a social worker. That's why I know that. That's how I know these things.
So I'm set to start in August.
Okay.
And that'll be like 2 years.
Congratulations,
So
Sarah.
after,
How does that impact your income?
I don't know how
well,
to get
I won't
up
be
here.
working.
You won't be working at all.
I won't have time to work because it's going to be like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, nursing school's brutal. And by the way, it's worth it. Like, you know, if I was her partner, I would be like, all right, go to nursing school and I'll get an extra job for, you know, however many years we need to. We'll bunker down. I'll get you through it. And then, like, you know what I mean? I can focus on myself afterwards. That's the kind of guy that she needs. like an actual like decent one. I don't know. I don't think I can do anything here.
So I've been like saving as much as I can so that I will, one, be able to afford for school, and then two, like have enough money to be able to like pay for car insurance and stuff while I'm in school.
That makes sense. I just don't know how you like. I don't think that she could stay with this guy. He's fucking. Frankly, like she should try to move back in with her parents or something and see if they'll support her while she gets through medical school, which I think is perfectly fine. I mean, if you're like, if my kid was going to like medical school or nurse school or whatever, I'd totally bankroll them until they're like 28, whatever, because that's a good job yield. Like that's definitely a solid, you know, investment into your kid.
Okay.
But that's why we still live at home. Is because like I want to finish
I'm okay
school
with that part,
first.
but how long have
Oh wait, what does that mean? Are they already living with her parents or something, or do they live with his mom?
you guys lived at home?
Well,
Who's home?
Never moved out of. I've never moved out from living at home.
And how
Yeah.
long have you been wanting to go to nursing school?
I don't know. As of recent, like 2022.
As of recent, so we were already at home. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, we
come
were
on.
already at home for sure.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Well, listen, I'm not like she's matures. Maybe she's maturing a little slow. That's fine. She's what, 25. She wants to go to nursing school. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's difficult to figure out what you want to do when you're like 18 years old. So, you know, if you came out of school and you're working, you enter the job market more, and you're like, okay, and you're figuring out what you want to do, and by 25 you decide you want to like do something like being a nurse or something, or like really push for a career. I think that's perfectly fine. That's perfect. You know, it's one thing to live with your parents. It's tough to leave your house. I think nowadays it's just there's not as much. It's expensive. It's difficult. Jobs aren't as livable. You know, I get it. So like if you're pushing for, if you're working, and then you start pushing for a career by mid-20s, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that that's perfectly fine. So I wouldn't give her any shit for that.
It's not why we're home.
No,
that
that's
might be why we're going
I
married.
think they're home because of this guy.
Hey.
And at home.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they don't live with his parents, because I don't understand why she put, or even the parents put up with him.
That's,
Yeah, well, no. You've been here for 2 years, and you've recently decided
Yeah.
to go to nursing school. So no, that is not why we're in the home. That is why we're going to stay in the home. That is not why we ended up in the home in the first place.
He's why they're in the home.
yes.
$24,000 of debt.
Did she not have a dad?
She wants to go get a degree. Where do you see yourself supporting that, if any? So it seems like you're
Well-
just living your own life, my guy.
That's
Yeah.
why I really applied, because I was like, okay, I had applied to this school. Like, I really want to go. It's like $10,000. Like, if I get into
$10,000
this,
per what?
Is that, I mean, that's not if it's the overall cost of the school, it's not bad.
like
full thing?
total, I
Okay,
believe,
that's good.
like 10,000 total. It's just going to be an
That doesn't sound too bad, actually.
associate of applied science, but I'll have my
Still.
RN. So it'll be somewhere to start. And then like, how am I going to be able to not work for 2 years if he's racking up debt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Do you have an answer for that question? Because that's basically the question to you.
I'm going to get it paid down. That's my mindset.
That's a great mindset. So what are you going to do to enact that mindset?
Go on. Please elaborate on this grand strategy you have, where you went from 0 to 24,000, but that 24,000 is all of a sudden going to go to 0 without changing our behavior because you haven't changed your behavior.
I'm actively looking for a second job.
Oh, I thought he didn't work. What's his first job?
It's not going to be an income situation. Okay. How much do you make right now?
About $700 a week. $500 to $700 a week.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, is that okay? 500 to 700. Why is there a range? Is that a part-time job?
Listen, but you have no overhead. So again, this isn't going to be,
That's not average.
It
though.
varies a lot, but on average,
what's average?
What is he doing?
$500 to $700.
Okay, yeah, but
That's
some
not an average. That's a range. But what does he do?
weeks it could be like 1,200 or 1,400.
Okay, what's average? 600?
Yeah, 600 is average, I would say. But
Okay. But even still,
Fuck.
it's not an income thing. I'm 2,400 a month, not great, of course, but it sounds like you have higher ones. $28,000 a year, not great. But again, no overhead.
yeah,
I don't think this is an income problem.
What does he do? I want to know what he does. Oh,
It certainly might become one when we lose our second half. Because what are you making?
I make like about like 35,000 a year.
Okay,
He's
so you
alive.
probably have 2,400 hitting your account as well on a monthly
Yeah,
basis.
yeah.
Okay, so the household income is probably
I make like about like 35,000 a year.
okay. What is she? Oh, she's a weird teacher, right?
okay. So you probably have 2,400 hitting your account as well on a monthly
Yeah,
basis.
yeah.
Okay, so
still
the
don't
household
understand what he
income
does.
is 48. So, that within itself isn't the worst.
Where do they live?
We're pretty close to like median household income in the United States, if not there. But no overhead where everyone else has overhead.
Right, yeah, because they're living at home, so they don't really pay for any of their utilities or anything.
That wouldn't be the problem.
Yeah.
It's 48 with us combined.
Yeah.
He made a lot more than that last year.
Well, then give me
la-
the real average.
Last year, I'm independent contractor.
Was this your
Well-
worst?
What does an independent contractor mean?
Yes, this is the worst it's been since I started.
Why? What's that? Okay, what are you doing?
I locate underground fiber optic lines.
He locates them? What?
Okay, and is that becoming less common
No,
because
last
we've
year he made like
installed
$60,000
net?
After tax or before taxes.
before taxes. So he had to pay like $10,000 in taxes, so $50,000.
Yeah, sure. Have we
So-
installed so many that there are not as many to install? And
No, it's just
No.
It might just be like general economic stressors, especially with the way that things are going right now, you know?
the city that I work for, they're moving a different direction than the company that I work for. So I'm
so
contracted.
what are we doing then?
Exactly.
Trying to find
What?
another job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to find a different job, not a second job.
Well, yeah, a second job for the meantime, but
But again, this isn't an income thing. If you made $60,000 last,
I don't understand. He's an independent contractor, but he works for a company. What is this like? What is he, a YouTuber? No, I don't really understand the dynamics of his job.
year,
That's what I'm
$50,000
saying. Like,
not.
I don't know how that happened in that one period of time.
I mean, I guess that kind of explains why he racked up so much debt if he felt like he had more money. And then he was getting a lot of work at a certain point, so he thought he had more money than he actually did. So he racked up debt, and then he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, the money's not coming as much anymore."
When he was making double what I was making, that's where I'm so flabbergasted.
She's flabbergasted, guy.
I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I
good word.
didn't have any
That's great. Yeah, it's a great word.
words. Like, I don't have anything to say because I couldn't even. That's crazy to me.
I mean, I see what came in last month is basically that 4,800. What was spent? Yeah, I
Probably
know
all
you
of
guys
it.
don't
Yeah.
know each other's accounts
Yeah.
because we're completely
Yeah.
separate. What do you think was spent in the household?
probably all of mine. So I probably spent all
What
of
do you
mine.
think was spent in the household?
4,700.
Okay,
For both of us combined, is what you're
Yeah.
asking? Maybe
4,800 came in. How
3,600.
would we be going? Well, because he would spend more. Okay, no, it was 6,000. So
Holy shit! It wasn't 6,000. What? Wow. That's fucking crazy. Sorry, it was like wow. It's even crazier that he drastically underestimated it, which either means he did that on purpose or they have absolutely no understanding of like what and like how much they're spending shit on. Like that's fucking preposterous. That's insane.
Okay.
4,800 came in. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's a lot.
I mean, that's the first she's hearing it. I can understand why she's like she's reeling a little bit on that one.
Oh, this was the month we went on my birthday trip.
Okay. Well, how old? She's 25. Where'd they go? Why are you, like, not to be an asshole, why are you doing birthday trips? Oh, I killed those guys and forgot to free her. Why are you going on a birthday trip if you're so in debt?
Oh my!
What's the trip to? If it's something small, like a little road trip, I could be like, okay.
I'm going to murder this entire world. What is happening? What the is happening? What is this birthday month?
Okay,
is the I'm like in between generations.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden something happened a couple years before me where everyone just became like, what the is this birthday thing? What is this?
Well, people like to celebrate their birthday, especially women, Caleb. You know what I mean? But I want to know, like, how my thing is how extravagant. Because I understand, doing birthday. I get it. I don't know. But I want to know like what it is. Are we talking about an expensive, like, did we go to Disney or did we go to like, we drive like a state over and go to like, you know what I mean? What did we do here? What did we do here?
Birthday month that people are doing. What is a birthday trip? Birthday trip. You want to go to nursing school? Go to nursing school. Birthday trip. You.
Well, this was like I wanted to have like one vacation before I was going to be in nursing school for 2 years.
Listen, Caleb, I'm sensitive to this. I think that makes perfect sense. She's about to haul ass into nursing school. They want to celebrate a little bit. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I want to know what they did and what is he doing to make the situation better. That's what I'm concerned with.
What? You chose to go to school.
I did.
Don't go to school then if like all of a sudden you need to make a big splash because, we're going to school. I need a big trip. Then don't go
Well, what's the trip? I need to know how big it is.
to school. You made the choice to go to school. So get buckled down and finish it and pay for it. What was the trip?
Caleb's crashing out so much, dude. I feel like part of it, like I know part of it's like the Jerry Springer, but I think part of it's because he always hears this. It's like, oh, we celebrated my birthday. I've seen so many people say that when they're in like horrible financial situations, and it triggers Caleb so much. And I feel like it's like he's got PTSD from people using that excuse over and over again. But I want to know the specifics of this scenario. Like, is it justifiable?
Well,
We went to Arkansas.
For what? How much did they spend?
It wasn't
where she's
anything
from.
crazy.
She's from
Like,
We're going to Walmart?
no, well, like I
Hey,
just
listen, Caleb, you're fucking missing out on going to malls and stuff like that. That's just fucking crazy. I like to go on vacations just to go to like different malls and stuff. It's a fun time, man.
to the hot springs.
yeah, we went to Hot Springs and we
Stay, like, a
didn't
weekend.
spend like a
Hot springs. Those are in this game too, dude. Hot springs.
whole lot of money. We just like
Okay.
went outdoors.
Well, you say you didn't spend a whole lot of money, but you guys racked up 6,000. So like, what did you guys do?
We went to like the Crater of Diamonds and
Yeah,
like
but guess what? You spent $1,200 more than came in. So yeah, you spent a lot of
Yeah.
money. It doesn't matter. If you make $400 and you spend $600, you spend a lot of money. If you make $200,000 and you spent $300,000, you spent a lot of money. It is all ratio. You spent a lot of money.
Get
Yes,
ratio,
correct.
noob.
But it's to make memories, lifelong memories.
Oh, that's a really great thing. Just to be absolutely clear, you're the problem here, bud. So like, you really shouldn't be saying these things. Like, you shouldn't be the one that's like talking like this. You're the fucking problem creator. You know what I mean?
Lifelong memories, buddy. I don't think you can remember 3 sentences ago from this conversation
Okay.
I've had so far. What are we talking about? This is stupid.
Yeah.
You need to go through school. This is what you decided.
Yeah.
You don't get to, because you made a choice of what you
I
want.
feel like her feelings are so much more valid than this guy's feelings because he doesn't seem to be doing anything to try to get himself out of the predicament. Like, they're in financial like straits, and it's because of him. Like, they could probably be doing fine. They're living at home. They're making money, and like, but he's blowing through it. So like, I get it. She's going to start school. It's going to be really tough. I also don't know if Caleb knows how tough nursing school is. It's a fucking bitch and a half, man. So I think that maybe there's part of the factor as well, that it's like really difficult. So I get her wanting to do something like that, but this guy's like the primary issue.
Want to do in your career. We do not get to enable ourselves to make bad decisions because of that choice you made.
Right.
And that's your entire thing, is you're allowing yourself to go spend $1,200 more than you bring in because you're going to go to school, but you're choosing to go to school. So who cares? Just don't go to school then.
Well, I like to make memories, so
Well, that's nice of you.
it's important to make memories.
I agree. But you guys are making choices in life. Do you not agree with their choice to go to school then?
I do agree with it.
Then what are you doing? You got to choose.
What's happening here?
Which one are you choosing? Because you're not paying for school and doing this.
Stuck.
I'm paying for school. He's not paying for school. I'm
You guys
paying
are
for it.
married.
I know, but our finances are separate right now.
But
No. Yeah. Yes. No. They're not. Like, I don't know. Like, yes and no. Like, I feel like, you know, your finances are only so separate. Like, yeah, like you might have separate accounts, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're separate finances. You guys, if you guys don't, if you guys aren't like, having separate accounts doesn't necessarily mean that you have separate finances, if that makes sense. You're still supposed to be like a cohesive unit. So
why are we maintaining that when clearly it has not worked? I thought a couple months ago we learned our lesson.
I don't know. I don't feel like
I thought we learned
even
a lesson.
though
I thought we learned a lesson. I don't know. Who decided that, you know?
it's because we don't have any overhead, like you said, so I don't feel like it's his responsibility to pay for the things that I
You guys are
want.
You guys are married. What the fuck did you get married for?
married. You're together. You're doing this together. It's not his responsibility, my responsibility. It's money. It's
Yeah.
together. You guys are together.
That's
Well-
like the goal. Like, I want to have a joint bank account and then like separate bank accounts on the side, but we just haven't done that yet.
I mean, in your conversation with Lindsay, you specifically said that you feel it's disrespectful for your dad for
I do
him to
feel
be
like
in debt.
it's disrespectful because we live in my
It's
dad's.
disrespectful to your dad for him to be into debt?
Because we're not paying any bills. I'm not paying any bills. I'm just blowing all the money I make.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you know that, why are you still blowing all your money? Doesn't make any sense. You know, like, you think you'd be a little more self-aware, buddy boy. Doesn't make any fucking sense, bud. But how do you yeah, I'm blowing all the money. I'm not really making anything. I'm just gonna keep doing it though. Like, okay.
I agree. Daddy's footing the bill, and you're doing nothing.
I just like to spend money. I have a problem.
Wow, that's crazy. Who doesn't? I don't understand. Like, okay, I just like to spend money, so it's kind of okay, dude. If I was heard that, I would have beat the fuck out of this guy.
I have a spending problem.
What have
It's
you
like-
done to mitigate that? Obviously nothing, but
I've
what-
taken his cards.
Okay, you have a spending problem. Like, what does that mean? Like not everything. Okay, stop. Just try to figure out not having that spending problem. I don't understand.
Yeah,
That's
what
what's
have
happened.
you done?
Nothing.
Without your wife having to step in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're married, you're kind of like you're a unit, right? So your problems are both of your problems now. So I get that. But there's a difference between acknowledging that and like working together to deal with your issue versus just putting it onto your partner to be the one that gets rid of the issue. And if so, the only thing that they're doing is like she's taking his cards to try to like mitigate the problem, but he's not putting any effort in. I mean, I guarantee you, like, there's just, is he really, like, is he just using that as an excuse to be like, well, she's mitigating this problem, I guess I don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, what is he doing? Is he just using her as a crutch or something? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Nothing.
So we're dealing with a man baby here. You've
Yeah.
married
Oh.
a child.
But I didn't know before
Wow, pedophile! She's a fucking pedophile.
we got married.
You didn't know he was a child when you got married? What does that mean?
What were our conversations with money like before marriage?
Actually, you know what? That might be valid. That actually might be valid. I want to think that one over. They got married at 23. He was working a job that he was making better money than her. And so his flaw of being lazy, he's lazy. He's lazy as shit. He's lazy and inconsiderate. He's a piece of shit. Like, he's a loser. He's a fucking lazy, inconsiderate piece of shit. I feel like it's hard to fully see what that looks like if you're not going through like a stressful situation. So he was a lazy, inconsiderate piece of shit, but he was making good money. So guess what? Like, now you don't really see that he's a lazy, inconsiderate piece of shit. And so it gets like a little bit more difficult to identify this particular issue. Now they're in a financial issue and he's not cracking down. And so like, that's one of those things where, you know, it was probably difficult to see that warning sign. There's also probably an aspect of like, maybe they grew apart or maybe they grew into different directions, which makes sense because now they're in a financial like hardship and she's trying to actually do something to better herself, going to medical school or excuse me, nurse school while he's just floundering. I don't really know what he's doing. I don't know, man.
We were gonna have
So I get it can be kind of valid from her. So
we were gonna have a joint bank account.
Okay,
we were
well,
gonna
these are
start
completely
saving.
different answers.
I know we were gonna start saving for a house. Like we had lots of plans, and then it's like we got married, and then it didn't happen. But I did have like right after we got married, I had a TSI. So it's like a mini stroke.
oh shit, that's terrible.
Like that was kind of scary because I was under a lot of stress. Like because I was
Oh wait a minute, what is a TSI? What is a TSI? Yeah, wondering if it's stress for okay. It's at Texas Institute. And temporary interruption of blood flow to the brain that causes stroke-like symptoms, but the symptoms resolve within 24 hours without causing permanent brain damage. Okay. So did this get is this a stress thing? Is this something that is caused from stress? Typically without, yeah, what causes this? Triggers blood clots, narrowed arteries, or other factor. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's not true. Maybe this. Oh, stress has to be like a factor. I wonder if that's what really got her though.
I was working a lot of jobs, so that kind of put a hold on my working and
So
like
what is he
my not my working, but like my schooling stuff. I kind of put a pause
Yet
on that.
you do this.
She should divorce him.
She had a fucking stroke in her
I had
early
a mini
20s.
stroke.
It doesn't matter. She had a stroke, and this guy should have been upset about that. Like that should have fucked him up.
From like
Okay.
stress, but still, yeah,
Miniature stroke, sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Little chode stroke, I get it.
Okay, fantastic.
Yet you do this.
It doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Like that's pretty big. Like your wife had a fucking like a mini stroke, and you're not trying to better yourself and put her under less stress. Why are you not doing more? Because I imagine if if I'm assuming he's a commission based. So if he's making less money, I would imagine he's doing less work. Get a second job. Try to figure something out.
I think that's all it does is make you feel good, and you prioritize that over taking care of anyone else around you. I mean, I just got a note that apparently the dad that is taking care of you just lost his job.
Yeah, he
Oh
did.
shit, that's fucking crazy.
He did get a new job, but
It's probably,
so
probably not going to pay as much, huh?
we have known that he was going to lose his job for like 6 to 7 months before he actually lost it, just because the company was closing down. So that freaked me out, because I was like, oh my gosh, if I did have to pay for like the mortgage or the electric bill or something, like I want to make sure that I have money saved where I would be able to do that.
Do they not have a mom? Are they missing a parent? Is she missing one of her parents?
If I needed to. Like, I didn't think that I would be put in that financial position, but like just in case. And then that's like also why this was such a crazy shock to me, because he also knew that he was losing his job. He knew that I was worried about my dad losing his job, and he continued to spend money that he didn't have.
Yeah, you guys didn't have. It sounds like when she says he didn't have, it sounds to me like she's still separating their finances. Your finances are the same. He's like the one of the things that she's doing wrong, and obviously he's the problem, but is she's separating the finances, and the reason that's bad in this instance is because it gives him an out. It gives him like an out to act like a piece of dog shit, because it's like, oh, he's just irresponsibly spending his money. It's wrong, but it's not that bad. No, he's irresponsibly spending both of your money. Right? It's a big deal. She needs to understand that she has an entitlement to some of that money. And the fact that she doesn't look at it like that is a problem.
Listen, answer this candidly. Does Pro Gamer over here, has he ever done anything big, monumental, that is selfless? Because he just seems, through his actions and through everything, knowing what's happened with your little stroke, knowing what's happened with your dad losing his job, dad taking care of you guys. You specifically said that you guys talked about getting your finances together, getting your house together, and then his response to that question is you guys didn't have a single conversation.
It's crazy because it's not just like a, hey, he's lazy. It's also that he's spending the money. You know, it would be wrong, but if he was like lazy, but he wasn't wasting all the money, you know, okay. But he's not like, that would be that's what we would say. We would say that's a neutral impact. But he's not having a neutral impact. He's having a negative impact. That's the problem. Like he's actively burning through her money. Their money, but like her money, you know, and that's both of their money, and they're not looking at it like that, but they should be. This whole separated financing is ridiculous. You know, like I make more money than my wife, but if I like spent a bunch of money, like I just wasted my wife's money. Like when you're married, dude, everything is together now. It's not the same as it. Like you don't get to, not your money anymore. Or else, why did you get married in the first place?
Has he done anything in this relationship financially? Has he done anything that is not just pure him?
Like whenever we were first started dating, we would like go on dates and stuff.
Whoa, when we started dating, we'd go on dates. That's fucking crazy. That's insane, actually. Holy shit, the expectation.
I think
that's why I said monumental, not getting a dinner.
I would say no. My engagement ring, my wedding ring.
What are your thoughts on this guy?
I think that I like to spend money on her.
Wow, that's great. Me too. It doesn't mean it's not a problem. I'll tell you, like right now, like the biggest problem that we had last year, money wise, was probably my spending on my wife. I love spoiling my wife. Absolutely. I was spending like way too much money on my wife, and it's a problem. And we solved it together, you know, like it is what it is. Right. But that's not an out, because for when I'm doing that, I like to spoil my wife. It's something that I like genuinely enjoy doing. Okay. But it was still a waste of money, and so we would have to go back and return stuff and everything. We reconditioned the behavior, but like, it doesn't mean I wasn't the problem. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I'm not the problem, and it makes it difficult for her too to like, okay, I'm gonna refuse this gift from him. It made my wife feel kind of bad because I would get something for her and I would be disappointed. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I understood it was my fault. You know, he's putting her in a weird spot. Like, don't just go spend money just because it's for her. Like, that's nice, but like, that's not an excuse. Also, I want to know how much money he is spending on her.
I spend money on her, taking her on dates and stuff.
Wow.
On concerts, we go to concerts.
She wants a house.
So go to less concerts?
She wants a future. She wants to pay for school. She wants to take care of the household when dad loses the job. I don't think she gives a if you're getting her some McNuggets. When it comes to the big picture here, guy.
Some tequilas.
Yeah, I know. I need to work on that. I'm trying to work on it.
What is he doing to try?
To get another job.
What a deflection of an answer.
I could have sworn I killed all these people
what a
already.
gross answer. I hate when people give me that answer because it sounds right, but it's the most bullshit that anyone can give.
Well, that's the thing is like, what is he doing to work on the problem? What is he doing?
If you go to an alcoholic and say, dude, no, we got to clean, I'm trying. No,
Is he doing something light like Uber or Lyft or something, or DoorDash? Like maybe they could do DoorDash. I mean, not for nothing. You could be extra cringe and you could do DoorDash dates. Hang out with your wife. Both of you drive around and do DoorDash together. Something.
you're not. I want to change. No, you don't. You're not putting in the actions to suggest that. That is the most deflective answer that you could ever give in any kind of criticism is I'm trying. If someone said to me, Caleb, you're looking fatter, and I said, I'm trying.
Okay, that might be true. They might be trying. I need to know more specifics.
No, I'm not.
Spending
Caleb just wanted to tell you guys that he's gaining weight, I guess. Caleb, you look nice, okay?
money is an addiction. I have a very addictive personality.
Me too, man. That's not an excuse. Like I don't like we've got this is what I'm talking about, dude. We've gotten to a place where we've over empathized so much. Like, yes, spending money can be an addiction, jacking off can be an addiction, heroin's an addiction, cigarettes can be an addiction, beer can be an addiction, alcohol in general. It doesn't matter. Like at a certain point, and this is all internal, we kind of have to get to the point where we understand that like that's not an excuse for most people, you know. And I feel like there's people who will say that because they are just looking to not make a change, and that's pretty much it, you know. Like, yeah, sure, but like, is that really like are you really so addicted that you can't change your shit? Or are you just saying that because you don't want to make a change and you're looking for an excuse? And that's only something that like you can answer for yourself. But like, dude, it sounds more like this is just an excuse for bad behavior. And like, oh, well, I have an addiction. Okay, do you really have an addiction? Or are we just saying that we have an addiction so that we don't have to actually be responsible? Which one is it? You know?
Then what have you done?
Nothing.
Exactly. So you're not trying. So never say that again. If I ever hear you say that again, I will get a spray bottle and spray you. Because that is not true. If you've done nothing, the only attempt that has been.
Listen, if you're not sucking dick for money, you don't have an addiction. Okay, that's what. That's the new rule. All right, you know, drug addicts will suck penis for money. Are you doing that? Then you're not addicted enough. If you're not sucking dick for money, you're not addicted enough. Okay.
Done to fix this is her stepping in.
Yeah.
You are dragging her down beyond what she ever imagined. Look at this.
Yeah.
So I was checking my bank statement the other day, and guess what I found? A monthly $14.99 charge for some random game I tried once. And that's a lot for the win I never got. But then,
Damn, Caleb, are you shitty? You're not even Caleb. Are you bad at video games, bud? The fuck?
thankfully, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help you get your financial act together. It's a personal finance app that lets you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, build a budget, and save toward your goals all in one place. And I love using Rocket Money to track subscriptions because they lay it all out. Stuff you forgot you even signed up for. And with just a few taps, I canceled 2 random services, and the app even tried to get me a refund. And the bill negotiation feature, it's a game
I guess it failed.
changer. I uploaded a bill, Rocket Money handled the hagging. No awkward phone calls, no sitting on hold. You can even set up custom budgets and get alerts when charges are coming or your balance is running low. So take control of your money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Caleb or click the link in the description to try it for free. Let's get back to the episode.
When we first started dating, I had a credit card. My first credit card I ever got. My Quicksilver.
I still have like one credit card. Isn't that crazy? I don't even have multiple. I still have the same credit card I had from when I was young. I keep thinking about doing more credit cards. I just feel like, what's the point? You know, like even if you get a good introductory rate, like is it really worth getting all these fucking credit cards and putting yourself in a weird spot?
Card. And I still don't know how credit works, but I especially didn't know that.
I don't know how credit works. I do not believe that. I think that's just like a mini excuse. I don't even really know how credit cards work. Do you believe that, or do you think that he's saying that because if he doesn't know how credit cards work, then it's not his fault that he's spending like shit, right? Which one do we believe here?
So I would just spend and make the minimum payments. And then I had an ex-girlfriend, and I put her on the credit card with me.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
You made her an authorized user?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you fucking rack it up?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Is that one of the debts today?
No, I've paid that off, but I've ran the card back up.
So his
So
ex's card.
When we first started dating, that was like the only debt that he had that I had known about besides like the car payments. But that was the only thing that I had known about. And then he had paid it off. So I was like, oh, this is like a green flag. Like maybe he gave his ex-girlfriend a credit card to use or like they racked it up or whatever, but he paid it off. So like that's a green flag to me is that he like can know how to pay off debt now. But obviously that's not the case.
Guess.
That was before I only had 2 credit cards at that time.
What do you have now?
Why would you get any more if you can't even pay off 2? Oh wait, I'm addicted to money.
I think 6.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How did they even let you take out 6? There should be a law against that. How do you have fucking 6 credit cards? What the hell?
But where do you think you'd honestly be today if it wasn't for you? Because you've stepped in here.
Yeah, so I've been like checking his account every single day, and I think he's only not spending because I'm checking it every single day.
Oh, maybe that's what he needs, I guess, at this point.
Like, I feel like I'm momming him every single day. Like he comes home, I'm like, give me your phone. I can see the look on his face. He's like,
Damn.
oh, here we go again.
That's fucking crazy. That's like that's like what you have to do for people who cheat. You check your phone every day. What the fuck?
And whenever I wrote down all of his stuff, he's got like a payment that he has to make like every single day of the month, like subscriptions, credit card bills, like everything. There's almost one every single day. So it's like, I don't feel like I'm enough to like keep him accountable, to make all of his payments and do all of his things and not spend all his money. So that's why I applied.
Do you not feel the absolute most disgusted in the entire world?
Yeah, it's weird. I think the biggest, I think like some of the worst people in the world have no ego, if that makes sense. Like I would feel so ashamed of myself. Like how would you continue to engage in this? Like I would feel so fucking embarrassed for myself that like, how do you continue to just spend money like this when you like, I would hate myself too much, you know? Like how do you not hate yourself more for being such a financial burden? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
World hearing that? I feel gross. It's under my skin.
She doesn't have to be the sole one to keep me
But
accountable.
she clearly does.
Well, yeah, clearly she does because you're not doing anything for yourself.
She just said she does. She said you would be missing payments or overdrawing or something like that
Well,
if she was not checking.
I don't think he'd missing payments because everything's on like auto pay.
I would never miss
Overdrawing. Maybe
payments.
she said overdrawing
Well, no, he would probably continue to spend money.
then if she wasn't checking the accounts.
Yeah. I've never missed.
That's crazy. You live with her dad and then she's also your mom.
Yeah. And I don't have any kids, so I don't want to be
I mean, listen, I always talk about how there's going to be moments in your relationship where you're going to regress a little bit, which can be productive. Like I talk about that. Like I baby my wife sometimes and she babies me. We do different things for each other. You know, but this goes way beyond it. This isn't just like, hey, like I'm going to baby my partner a little bit because it makes them feel nice emotionally. Like, and it can be like really, you know, it could just be nice to kind of like almost revert back. It's like a, you know, a little younger, just in some instances, you know, like my wife makes me dinner and food. Like I would consider that like a reversion a little bit into, you know, like a younger state, or, you know, you'll be a bit like emotionally attentive in different ways. That's normal. But this goes like into such a like a point where like you can't even not spend your money, you know, which is burdening your wife. That's fucking like you should feel disgusted with yourself.
anybody's mom.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah,
Because,
I would love to have kids if we
But
could
how-
like get our together
no
and have a
offense
house.
with you, guy,
and-
but how? He's another child. Financially speaking, I don't want to speak for your entire life. I don't know your entire life, but just finances, okay?
Yeah.
Right? He's another child.
I think another problem I have is I've never had any good financial role models.
Whoa! Here's the 20 reasons why it's not my fault. So maybe you could write a book and you could support your wife like that. 45 reasons why it's not my fault. Wow. By this weird fucking lolicon enjoyer. I don't know.
Buddy, shut the fuck up. What a answer.
It's so true, dude. These people, these are the types of people who like look for problems so they can make it. They're looking for excuses. He's looking for so many excuses for his bad behavior. Oh, well, I'm addicted, and you know, she doesn't do enough to stop me, and I think I have this problem, and my mom, you know, farted on me when I was young, and it traumatized me, and like there's 18,000 different reasons for their fucking bad behavior, other than like I need to have more self-control. Like, not for nothing, even if you're, this is one of the weird things too, like it's always like I'm addicted. I have 1,000 different reasons why I can't get better. Like you realize it's a willpower problem, right? Like your addiction makes your willpower problem more difficult, but ultimately it's a willpower problem. Nobody who quits drugs or alcohol or any addiction isn't doing it by sheer force of willpower, as well as other cognitive behavior, like other like different behavioral things. So you're like, oh, well, I have like 1,000 different these problems and this problem. Okay, that doesn't change the fact that you need to have better willpower. What are you doing? What type of like behavioral therapy are you engaging in, whether it's official or not? That's like helping you be more productive and like use less money or have shitty protocols. What are you possibly doing? Are you doing anything?
I tell him that because I have like good financial role models.
Well, good for you, but that
Okay, and
is a rarity.
But I feel like,
but that's a rare.
I don't have any good financial role models. Okay, but you know what you're doing is just wrong. It's not like he's not realizing the problem. You know what your problem is, so it doesn't really matter if you have good or bad financial role models at this point, right?
I didn't. Lindsay hasn't. Christian hasn't. Jake hasn't. Jake's on his honeymoon. But no one.
What about Noah?
Has. I mean, I have a note that I guess because we just got to peel the onion here, that you found out a year into being married that he had $5,000 of debt. Obviously, and we know where it is now.
Yeah,
and that you trusted he was taking care of it, but he wasn't.
I did. I found out we were like in the HEB parking lot. There was like a new HEB just like opened up.
They're about to buy an ATV. Is that what they're saying?
And I was like, I don't even remember what we were going to go do, but I was like, let me check your bank account. Cause it's something I would just ask him, like, cause I want to be knowledgeable of like what he has, just the same as like, I feel like he should be knowledgeable of what I have, especially because we don't have a joint account. And then I saw like his credit card and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And he was like, don't worry, like I'm going to pay it down, like telling me all the right things. So I was like, okay. And then I like brought it up a couple times. He said he was paying it, but like paying off your debt is not just making the minimum payments.
And then you fucking married the guy. It's kind of an L move on that one.
Because that's going to take you 20 years. I don't want it to take 20 years. We need to be making more than that.
You'd be okay with having a kid that's lied to you twice now? How can we trust this? I'm sorry. I'm not honestly here to just bully you. I love doing like roasts and stuff like that. But that is a legitimate, honest question. How the can you trust having a kid with someone that has lied to you twice in 2 years?
I mean, that's a good question.
Major lie, not a little petty lie.
Yeah.
Major life lie.
I meant it when I said it. I didn't just say it just to get her
It doesn't matter if you didn't mean it, or else you wouldn't be engaging in the problem anymore, right?
off my back. I meant that I was going to get it worked off, but then I decided to open more credit cards.
Wow, that's okay. Doesn't even make sense. For what?
How can you be with, and I have to apologize to my boy Papa God out there. He thinks,
hey, I'm Papa God, and I'm out here, dude. We do be out here. We do be out here, guys. We do be out here right now.
thinks I'm always trying to break couples up. I promise I'm not. But I do have to ask, how the f can you be with
Sometimes he is, though. Sometimes he is. And sometimes it's deserved. And so far, it's definitely deserved.
someone that always promises he's going to change and then literally never changes, but actually only gets worse?
Why do you think?
Huge shout out from the Caleb Hammer universe, dude. Huge Caleb Hammer shout out. We love it.
She loves me a lot.
Yeah. Well,
And there you go. And so explain to me why I shouldn't interpret that as him knowing that he can take advantage of her actively. Like because she loves me a lot. It sounds like what you're saying to what I'm hearing here is that like she knows that I know she won't leave me even if I act like a piece of dog shit. So like why change my behavior? That's on him. That's on him. That's not on her, by the way. Like that's fucking gross shit, man. Like you feel good about that answer?
I love him, but
I treat her right. I'm not.
No, you don't. It doesn't matter if you're nice to your. It doesn't matter if you're nice to your wife. If you waste all your money to the point where like she's not going to be able to have like a house or kids or any of the things that she wants, you're not treating her right. Oh well, I don't beat her. Wow, cool. That's nice. Like, what do we do with that information here? What's that? Hey, that's great. You don't beat your wife? Holy fuck. That's awesome, bro. Like, you're such a good guy. Like, what am I supposed to get out of this? And like, what information? Like, what do you think you're saying to people? I treat her nice. Oh, okay.
not a bad
No,
guy.
you don't. No, you don't, because this is treating. Treating isn't the small actions of you buying a flower, taking her to a meal. This is a part of treating. Remember, she just said that the conversations that you guys had before getting married about finances were getting a house and getting your finances in order, and
sure,
you
it's
said
this guy.
you didn't have a conversation.
Well, I felt like we
That's not
had
treating her
all
right.
kinds of conversations before we got married about how things were going to go and how things this and that and the third. And then it just like,
And how do you feel that when he answered that question, he says you guys didn't talk about a
it
single
pissed
thing?
me off. Because what do you mean? Like, I just don't feel like finances are as important to him as it is to me. I don't feel like it's.
Because he's a child that doesn't have like any concept of what's going on because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to understand. He doesn't want to care. He lives in like a world where everybody hands things to him. This is like one of the things I've realized about some people. And it's just that life works really well for them, even when they put absolutely no effort into their life. And I don't understand it because I've never been like that. But there are just people who they glide through life, man. They're born, obviously their parents take care of them, they go to school, they do well in school usually, they're relatively above average intelligence, they put almost no effort into it, they skirt by, probably could have probably even been like accelerated students, but they're like, no, I'll be a regular student because they want to just be lazy. They get out of there. They end up getting a decent job because of nepotism or luck or whatever. They make a decent amount of money. Then they find somebody who loves them a lot, and that person makes constant concessions for them, and things just manifest for them. And like everything just works for them and works for them and works for them. And then what they get hit with one stressor, which is like, oh, their job it doesn't have as much work now. And like, you know, all of a sudden everything crumbles because they don't know how to do like any level of anything. They never learn to actually deal with any of their shit because life has been so easy for them. And that's this guy. And that's why he's such an immature piece of shit who's like spending like $6,000 a month of both of their money. It's insane.
Important enough to like end a marriage over, but it's definitely something that if it continues to go this way, like that's not like that would end the marriage. Like, what do you mean?
That's good. I'm happy she said that. Honestly, I'm happy that she's able to say that to him. And if that doesn't scare him, then she needs to divorce him. That just needs to happen. You have to be ready to leave every relationship. If you're not ready to divorce your partner at any moment, then you're not in like a good marriage, frankly. And I don't mean that like you should be trying to or even threatening that. It shouldn't even be a consideration, but like you have to have it in your brain. Like the reason I don't want my wife to leave me, so I try to treat my wife well. Like it's the coldest take, you know. If there's not that threat that like things could go poorly if you treat your partner wrong, then you know you're not going to have a productive relationship. But that kind of has to be there, you know, for you. It doesn't have to be like a threat from the other person, but you should always think like, okay, if I get lazy with my partner, like they're not going to want to be with me anymore. You should not want that.
And we didn't talk about finances before we got married. How do you think we didn't talk about that?
I just feel like we didn't talk about having joint accounts. I thought we talked about having a single joint account for bills. And then
Okay,
our
that
own
is a
separate
joint
What does that matter? Like I don't understand. Like what is he makes up like 1,000 excuses.
account.
Yeah, but
But if you have a joint account, most of your money is going into the joint account and the savings account. And then you might have like a little bit of money on the side here and there for like things that you want. It's not like, oh, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. That's
do you
not
guys
what's
think?
in this like savings account for us. That's like, I want some Dunkin' and I'm going to get Dunkin' on my own little card. It's not like spending hundreds of dollars.
yeah, I just don't remember having all these conversations.
Wow, that's crazy. So like, now that you're having it, what are you gonna do about it? Like, what's the plan now? Oh fuck! I just had the bear kill me.
How the f are you guys gonna go?
Because what I'm talking about, he sits here and he says that like, oh, I'm a changed man. I'm gonna change, but then like they're having a conversation about how they need to be better with their finances. And he's just making a bunch of excuses. So it's like obviously you haven't changed.
Anywhere with that?
I honestly don't remember.
Let's see, Gaslight.
I don't really remember. I don't remember really ever having a conversation with
Who gives a fuck if you had a conversation? What the fuck? Like,
You never know.
I don't know.
Gotta
I
kill
feel
this
like
bear.
sometimes he is because he says that he's going to do things and then he doesn't. But
Yeah, forever. Honestly, with him and his actions, you guys are never gonna be able to move out. Never gonna get
I
a
think we will.
house.
also he's like really ugly. Like, can we just acknowledge that he's not even attractive? I don't really get it. What's the pull? Because she's a cute girl. She's responsible. She wants to go to school for being a nurse. So like, what does she get out of this? Like what?
Buddy, come on.
well,
Literally no answer
gotta
you
kill
could
this
say
bear,
about anything
bro,
finances based on your actions have any merit to them. I'm sorry. I mean, you've lied about everything.
Yeah, fuck you.
Not lie in terms of like intentionally like, yeah, I'm going to go like financially cheat. No, but you say you're going to do something and then you never do it. So you saying, yeah, I think we're going to move out, that has no standing. no standing. I'm about to.
What? Why are you guys criticizing me for saying that he's ugly? Like I don't understand. I'm not trying to be a dick. He's not physically attractive, and like he could like this is the thing. He doesn't even have to be ugly, but he looks like shit. Like he looks like somebody cut his hair by like grabbing it and just kind of ripping some of it out. Or they took like a fucking knife and they just kind of collected all the hair and they just went like that. Like he looks like shit. He's physically ugly. He has a nasty personality. He puts no effort into the way that he looks. Like what are you saying here? Like he doesn't have to be ugly, but he decides to be ugly inside and out. Like he's a fucking piece of dog shit. Like what do you want me to tell you? Like that's what it is, man. I mean, sorry.
These documents, but just generally, what is the state of this marriage? What do we think?
Whenever we got married, I
I love Caleb so much.
thought that like I needed to see a little bit.
I love how people this is so funny because before Caleb even made like a silly little remark about how I say that he's always trying to break up couples. But people call Caleb such a piece of dog shit. But like every time there's a couple on in a relationship, the fault usually lies with the man. And Caleb goes so hard on this guy. And like really, if you want to be fucking woke brained, Caleb is like fucking woke as shit. Like he doesn't sweep for the guy. He fucking goes harder on the guy than he actually he goes proportionately hard. But people call him like such like a fucking piece of shit all the time. Like, oh, it's they criticize him all the time, but like he goes in hard on the guys in relationships that are like huge financial burdens. Like he fucking goes after them, and he tells him he says to her face in front of the guy that she should leave him because he's a fucking immature piece of shit, and talks about how like this constantly like you shouldn't have to baby him, and it's not your responsibility to baby your husband and treat him like a child. And so it's really is funny that people give Caleb so much shit, but like Caleb is like another, I mean really Caleb is kind of like a woman's advocate, honestly. Like he kind of is.
More. So I didn't change my last name when we got married.
Damn, dude, that's fucking funny. That's crazy. I don't blame her. That suggests to me that she knows that he's kind of a piece of shit.
So, and then I told him like, oh, if you pay for like my health insurance, because like I felt like he wasn't doing enough. Like he wasn't ticking off.
The red flags were there from the start, baby.
Every single box, like basically just the financial box. Like I needed to know more about his finances and like things like that before I like changed my last name, because that is like kind of a long process. Like you have to change like your social security card, like everything. So, I told him like, if you pay my health insurance, then I'll like change my last name. And then I found out about all this debt. So I don't feel comfortable like changing my last name if you're just going to rack up the debt. And then if we get divorced, like I'm just going to have to change my name back.
Damn, that's weird. That's strange that she came into the marriage with the idea that it might not be successful. That's interesting. Why marry the guy in the first place? And I'm not trying to put everything on her, but like, why marry the guy in the first place? If he's such a fucking dog shit idiot and you kind of know that, it's a little bit interesting to me that you would even consider doing something like that. I don't know, man.
Nothing. I don't want to go full 1950s here, but what kind of man are you?
Good. That's a good question. But again, I think it is something to consider, like, because she said earlier, and this seems like an 80-20 situation. He's 80, she's 20, but because like she said earlier, she didn't really know about the credit card when they got married, but now she's saying that she didn't want to take his last name because there was a likeliness that there was at least a consideration they might get divorced. So I feel like we're not getting the full picture here. Something's not adding up.
If you see it that way, I don't think.
You're definitely a pussy.
I just think I have financial trouble.
You're a huge pussy. Here's the thing. If you decide that it's right for your relationship to like not take each other's last names or whatever, like whatever, that's fine. That's not what happened. It's not like she didn't take his last name because like she's trying to do like a new wave feminist thing, right? Like that's not what the whole thing is. If that was her whole new thing, like that's fine. That's what you guys want to do in your relationship. Like be my guest, whatever. I don't care. The reason she didn't take your last name is because you are a fucking loser, and she thought she might have to get divorced by you and from you, and didn't want to waste the time and trying to change her name back. These are two different things. You didn't go into the relationship being like, oh, let's not take each other's last names. Like, let's be woke, whatever. This happened because you're such a shitty person. She thought she would have to get divorced from you. And by the way, she should. You're a fucking loser.
Asked for the basic minimum just so she can change her last name to your last name, and you won't even stand up and do the basic bare minimum. You're not a man. You're a child.
Dude, Caleb's fucking owning this guy with facts and logic right now. It's actually so funny. If you say so, that's what you're saying right now? Come on, you should be throwing hands with Caleb. Why are you such a pussy?
Huh. Pathetic.
Oh my god.
Pathetic. You're pathetic.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm a little
Damn, he's not sorry, dude. You know he's not sorry.
disgusted. I like you. I genuinely like you.
Thanks.
I don't necessarily dislike you, but I'm disgusted by you. In this. Like, come on.
Dude, just imagine that, dude. Just imagine hearing this from Caleb, you know? Caleb could get so much fucking pussy, dude. Like, Caleb could get so much, like, actual fucking pussy, dude. He just has to, like, what he should do is he should go ultimate gooner mode. And he should just start, like, talking to these, like, just breaking up people in relationships so that he could try to fuck them. Just go pure fucking gooner, Caleb. Caleb, go pure fucking gooner mode, dude.
There is another individual here that has her heart attached to you.
Yeah, I see that. I know she does.
This is a fun
Wait.
one.
Sorry, what did you say?
That in this, like, come on. There is another individual here that
I feel like I'm not hearing something that I need to put the
in this,
captions on.
like, come on. There is another individual here that has her heart attached to you.
There isn't another individual. What does that mean? What that means?
Yeah, I see that. I know she does.
This is a fun one. I get to get you free money, and then I get to get myself free money. It's
shit.
the pure win-win for both of us. What do you have to do?
crazy.
Sign up for a SoFi high-yield savings account and get a welcome bonus of $300. Sign up for Acorns using my link and get $20 instead of the usual $5. Finally, sign up for Silo and earn up to $5,000 in cash back on your own stocks.
How much you have to invest? $10 trillion? Oh, you have to invest $1 million. That's fucking crazy, Caleb. How the fuck would you even do that?
These offers have been negotiated to give us both more money than using traditional sign-up methods. So use the links in the resources section of the description below and get yourself $5,320 right now.
You'd have to have $1 million+ to do that. That's fucking crazy.
Are you just plain dumb? Is he just plain dumb? Is he just
I don't think I'm being dumb.
weaponized
think
incompetence?
so. No.
Oh shit, we're dropping some words, baby. That's true. That does kind of seem like that.
Like, it's really just like about money. That this is like any other aspect. He's like very.
I'm starting to think that she treats him like a kid too. Like, I'm starting to think that she's part of the problem. There's something that's not adding up about this relationship, and I don't know. We're missing a variable, and I'm not understanding it fully.
knowledgeable. Like, I just think he's like uncomfortable when it comes to money. I don't know exactly
money
why.
is an
Like,
uncomfortable
money is
conversation for me.
Well, if you're uncomfortable with money, then why are you spending it so much?
Everything, though, it is your future.
And
It's
that's
not
how I feel.
everything,
I
but
don't
it is
feel
so
like-
important.
Get him, Caleb.
it's like I don't feel like money is an uncomfortable topic.
Tell him to get a haircut.
Like, I feel like it's uncomfortable for some
Get a haircut, dude.
people, and the reason it's uncomfortable is because it needs to be talked about more.
It
so
can be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable doesn't mean we run away from it.
Yeah.
If you run away from one of the number one causes for divorce in this country,
exactly.
you're gonna get divorced.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go. On go at the same exact time. You guys are going to give me what you think your household financial score is, 0 to 10. 10
10
being the
million.
highest, 0 being
It's a 10 trillion.
the lowest. 3, 2, 1, 3.
4.
What the f? After all that, you give a 4 and you give it. What the f do you think
I'd say like maybe a 0, maybe a 1. I mean, you guys brought in $4,800 and you spent $6,000. That's fucking crazy work, brother.
is going on?
I don't know. I just feel like it's really bad, but it's like at a number to where it's can be brought down to if we get it
scared.
now.
But you're not doing it. But
Right.
that depends on it having already been done.
Yeah.
It's not a Hammer Future financial score. I'm confused. Okay. If you want your assessment to see where you are in the world of finances,
It's
go
not a
to
Hammer Future
calebhammer.com.
financial score. It's actually so funny.
Or you can click the link in the description below and take the assessment. And you can come on the show by going to calebhammer.com/apply. And don't forget, if you don't want to be like a guest on the show, all you have to do is download my budgeting app. Download it. Automatic account connections, community, a lot of great stuff in there. And we're improving it with new features every single month. It's awesome. And if you sign up for the annual version, I'll give you our cookbook that cannot be purchased anywhere else. I'll sign it and I'll mail it directly to you, and our budgeting notebook. All right, let's jump into these here documents.
Let's get into it.
Quicksilver one. Well, I'm guessing every single credit card, if I'm not mistaken, is yours, so I don't even have to ask.
I have
whose,
one
right?
in there.
Okay. How bad is it?
Okay. So Quicksilver one. This is yours?
Yes, mine. This is my first credit card ever.
Congratulations. So
Wow. You got some sentimental value on that credit card there, boss?
the card that, we discovered 2 months ago. What, did we discover this card 2 months ago?
That was the one that was in my car. Yeah. One of those.
Okay, this
that
was the one in the car.
Yes.
So it was taken away, and
No, I just took this one away. Like when I
Just
found
took
out.
this one
This
away.
was like
When
2
was
weeks
this taken?
ago
2
that I
weeks
found
ago,
out
fuck's
about.
sake.
I took all his cards away.
no.
and
What
he
did we
used
do
the
right
other
before that?
ones.
On this card before we took it away. What did we do before that?
It was Magic the Gathering. I heard that they have a new Final Fantasy set, I guess.
We do.
Probably gas
What did we
station.
do? Yes.
I think that Caleb has the same energy in bed. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. That'd be fucking wild work.
Spent $661.05, buddy. That is how much you bring in a week now, because your job has gone to the worst. That is a week worth of spending that you did before taxes, by the way, because you're contracted. You need to set money aside. That is a week's worth of pre-tax income. More than that you put on a card that you are not paying off because you only put money towards the minimum monthly payment and it is accruing interest. It is now, congratulations, maxed out. How long does this take to pay off if we only do minimum monthly payments and we don't do any purchases, of which you are incapable of without your wife taking away the cards? Let's hear from you.
3 years.
Okay, 14.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's your marriage. You guys are going to be approaching 14.
That's crazy.
40!
I didn't know it would take that long.
Really? Well, you shouldn't have to. You should just not fucking be an idiot.
You didn't know anything. Yeah, all you do is spend.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll look at things for the sake of your wife, for the sake of your marriage, for the sake of the household, for the sake of getting out of the house, for the sake of supporting her dad, for the sake of literally anything that you guys have discussed. Maybe
That's true. I mean, if their dad's letting them live there for like free, you should probably want to show a little appreciation to that in the future at some point. You should want to feel some shame. It's so interesting. Like, it actually blows my mind because it's one thing to like burden your parents the way that he's burdening. Like, it's one thing to burden your parents this way, but like, it's his wife's dad. Like that's crazy to me. Like it's like you have, I don't know. Like I could probably be kind of an asshole to my own mom a little bit. Maybe that sounds shitty, but whatever. But to be an asshole to like someone else's parent, like you should have an additional level of shame.
maybe all you have to do is take a look. This is simple. The statement is in front of me. It took me less than a second to see that. All you had to do was look.
You could also just Google. I feel like you could Google it and it'll give you that answer.
Yeah.
But you didn't, because you put in no effort, because you don't
What
give
excuse
a
do you think he's gonna make?
I do.
No, you
Yes, I
don't,
do.
or else you would do something, man.
I feel like I'm trying. I'm trying to find another job.
Where's your try? It's not a job situation.
Well, I say, how long do you? Well, it is not a job situation. It's like it's a spending situation. That's absolutely true. But like, what other job? What job are you trying to find? Like, I want to understand that.
Guy, it is your spending.
Guy.
No matter your job, you spend the money you have. Hey, guess what? You brought in good income last year and you accumulated $24,000 of debt. So I don't give a fuck about a job. No matter what job you have, you spend 25% more.
That's true. Actually, that's actually a great point. Because like, if he has more money, he probably will just feel justified in spending more money. So it's not really a job problem as much as it is just a spending problem. Because like they don't have any real bills.
50% more.
I just feel like with all the bills that I have, I don't have enough money coming in at the moment.
Because
Okay, but why do you have these bills?
your credit cards are racked up and you have to have a
agree.
high monthly payment.
I know. That's why I feel like I don't make enough money.
Okay, but you're still spending the money, right? So like that's the problem. is you don't have enough money, but you're still spending the money you don't have. That's the problem.
All these monthly payments are so high, and I have so many of them.
Why are they high?
Because
last year when you made good money, you spent 50% more than you brought in.
Yeah.
So it is not an income situation, guy.
I just spent money. That's all I can say.
Guy.
This guy's never gonna change. She should get divorced right after the show. If she's not divorced with this guy, but like the follow up they do, and like whatever, I think they have another channel. Then like this is on her at this point. Like she knows this is her wake up call, and if she doesn't take this wake up call, then like it's on her at this point.
Guys, he spends money. I don't know if you know this.
Me when I spend money.
Does he spend money?
Yes, he spends money.
Oh, whoa!
Yes.
Crazy.
Caleb's starting to break him.
$1,844.38
starting to get under his skin.
is owed on this. $34.77 of interest accrued. Only paid the minimum payment. Minimum payment is now higher at $56. You're going to pay a total of $5,405 if you only do minimum payments, which is what you do without purchasing, which you don't do. Yeah. So it's going to go up by more than double.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Wow.
It's going to be not getting her house, not even an apartment, not even a studio.
Damn.
That's living with daddy forever.
My mindset, I can figure it out.
My mindset? What does that mean?
But it's been like 2 months. And
What's been 2 months?
he has stopped spending on his cards and he stopped buying sports
took them
cards.
away.
But I took them. So
That's the
of
only
course he's
reason
not going to
why.
spend on them because I have them in my hand.
It wasn't a behavior change.
No, yeah.
It wasn't a behavior change.
I mean, yeah.
You took away the...
Yeah.
He will find another way to fucking slide that needle in.
That might be true. I mean, he seems to love spending money, guys. I don't know if you know this, but he do be spending money.
I think I'm done spending.
What's this? I found a way.
I will find a way. That's my mindset.
I will find a way. We
find
haven't even found the way.
What's the way though? What is like? What are you gonna do? Like he keeps saying he's gonna find a way. That's nice. What is he gonna do though?
We haven't even find it.
Me when I'm just built different.
We're finding the way. We're discovering it.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time.
How long is it gonna take, guy?
Hopefully not too much longer.
What do I even do with that? What am I supposed to do? What do you do with that when you hear that in the conversations that you guys have around money? Dude's lost in the desert for decades.
Well, this is the most I've heard. It's usually like, I don't know. And then I feel crazy because I'm like, this is a lot of money. Where is it coming from? What are you spending it on? And it's not like feasible things. Like if you bought a new car, okay. If you have like a shopping addiction and you're buying new clothes or cool shoes, okay. But like what he's buying is like not up there with the things that it's like, okay, I can understand how you have debt from like
What is he buying?
buying that.
Listen, I don't know what to do with this kind of person
I don't really understand why they're being so secretive about what's being bought here.
because I don't know what his ambitions are. Like there's usually something I can grab onto and be like, okay, if we do this, we can get to this thing. He's clearly satisfied with living at home. He might say something different, but he's clearly satisfied with it. He's satisfied. He's okay with staying stagnant.
Yeah.
He's okay with you guys not moving forward in your relationship more than you have. This is very clear, just with the actions. The thing is, he is the deflection master. He is doing the classic deflection that I see on the show all the time, but honestly to a new degree, where it's, I will try. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I didn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you hear that a lot. It's so funny. Like I keep saying, like most of the people that come on the show are are in a situation that's like pretty somewhat easy for them to get out of, and they just refuse to do it. You know, it's very strange.
You're right. That's wrong. But that's all deflection. So it sounds like maybe it's the right answer, but it is the, I put out a point and he just immediately throws it away by saying, I'm going to try. That's nothing. And what he has only demonstrated in his entire relationship with you is
I feel like Caleb is very successful as a creator, and I like Caleb. But I think that there's room for another financial niche here from like a different creator. So there's room to fill it. I don't know if people do this, but the one thing Caleb doesn't do, and I don't think any of these finance guys do this, is they don't take a therapeutic role. So like realistically speaking, when like telling somebody like, hey, you're the problem, and like telling them why they're the problem will probably never work from a therapy perspective, because that's not really how therapy works. Like, you, as a therapist, you prescribe, you'll talk to somebody like, I know what your problem is, and then you take time to try to get to the point where you understand, like you get them to understand, you get them to understand what the problem is, and that's how like good therapy works. Caleb's not a therapist, he shouldn't do this. I'm not saying he should do this or that he's like he's doing something wrong, but there's definitely like probably could be a creator who decides to give financial advice, and instead of like going about it like this, kind of sits down, just asks like questions like, okay, so like, oh, you spend all this money on this, well, why did you spend that money? Oh, well, I just like spending. It's like, okay, so why do you feel like you're like that? Well, I just have an addiction. Why do you feel like you have an addiction? Make this person, like, ask them the questions and like see, to get them to talk it to a corner. What makes you think you have an addiction? Oh, well, I was watching this video one time and they said they had this problem. It's like, okay, so like, how does it feel when you spend money? Like, what makes you feel like you have to spend money? And like, see where they are. Like, let's see if there's some kind of deep-seated compulsion, or are they just making an excuse? And I think like as you ask these questions, this guy will probably totally like eat into it. He would probably come to realize that like, oh, he's just saying things to try to reflect responsibility, but it doesn't come off as antagonistic. By the way, I'm not criticizing the way Caleb does this. I'm just saying if there's somebody out there that wants to do something like that, they could still do something like that. I don't think it would be a terrible idea to like take the therapy route on some of these people. And talking like he's not in the room is a very base move. I fucking love it.
That he has lied and lied and then lied and then lied and didn't put in a single action that he promised to do.
I feel like I'm putting in effort now.
he's just gonna be a machine. He's just gonna spout things. Even I'm putting.
She took away the cards.
It's also been 2 weeks, so like even if you're saying that, like you should be in the understanding that like you haven't put in enough time for it to become like a legitimate pattern. It takes at least like 3 to 4 weeks for something that you do to like actually like take as a legitimate pattern. So 2 weeks is nice, but 2 weeks could just be 2 weeks. It could mean nothing. You know how many times I've dieted for 2 weeks? You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's gonna last.
That is the only reason you haven't bought a new baseball card.
No.
Is it baseball cards? Dude, I thought it would be Magic the fucking Gathering.
Oh, no.
Yes.
He buys football cards.
Oh, sorry, football cards, which...
Football cards?
Okay, didn't even know it was a thing. When she took away the first round of cards, you then spent on the other cards. Damn. If you had other hitting cards right now, an O.J. Simpson card would be popping up.
Damn, dude.
Okay.
I do like buying sport cards. I buy a lot of sports cards.
Okay.
It's profitable.
It's clearly it's not profitable. That's just one of the copes that people engage in. They're like, oh, it's profitable. You can resell them. Yeah, you know what? You probably could not resell. You probably can't. That's why you're not doing that. That's why you're not reselling shit, boy, because it's not profitable.
When you hit the right card.
He sold one for like $450 one time, but he spent like over.
I'm gonna ask a question,
yes.
And it's not to be insulting to you. It's really not. I just want to approach this conversation in an okay way so I can get through to him.
Okay.
Is he legitimately stupid?
I get with Caleb. He's so fucking funny, dude.
No, like legitimately. My point of if he had cards he'd spend on it, his response was, I like baseball cards.
Dude, this is... Stop, Caleb. This is actually so fucking mean and funny. This is so ridiculous.
It's okay.
No,
football.
I do come to that like thought in my head. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like with the things that I'm telling you and like the options that I'm giving you, how are you not understanding? Like, I'm like,
Caleb just made fun of this guy for being stupid in front of his own wife that didn't even take his last name, and now she's like, yeah, I've been kind of thinking that myself. This is so emasculating. Holy fuck, dude. I don't even think I'd be able to live this down personally. This is actually insane, brother. Like, how do you feel? Like, what the fuck?
even like
I didn't mean to do that.
look Like, how do I say this in a different way than I've already said it to make somebody understand it more? And then it's like still
What's up,
doesn't
bro?
get received. I do not believe that he is stupid. I 100%
Okay.
believe in everything that he wants to accomplish, he can, but I just don't think he cares to accomplish
Maybe
the
he's
things.
just lazy then, because again, the responses I'm getting from him is just like, listen, if you're not all there, that's okay, and I'm not gonna actually pick fun.
I think I'm all there. I think
he's all there
but
too.
I also feel like, buddy, that you might be slightly special. You're gonna go impregnate a woman,
I don't think that at all.
and she's gonna get AIDS, and then you're gonna be on a park bench.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
AIDS.
A
Where
bus
does,
bench
That's
telling
crazy.
people
what the
about it.
hell? Where does AIDS
That's
come
fucking that is fucking crazy. Where did he get that from? Who fucking said AIDS? That's fucking wild. Fucking AIDS is insane.
from?
You didn't get the reference? That's okay.
I didn't either, man. Frankly, what the fuck is that? That's crazy as shit.
What's the reference?
Oh,
What's the AIDS?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that either. That's funny.
Very Forrest Gump-esque.
I get it now.
Other than
my
that, I don't
God.
think he can run.
I feel like damn. Now he's just going in. This is the fun theater part of the show. This is fucking funny.
So what's going on with this card guy?
Sports cars, gas station.
eBay. Is that the
Sports
cards?
cards, yeah.
Alta, $84 at Alta.
Birthday present.
eBay. Going inside the gas station, getting some bullshit. Cards, Panda Express, cards, Sonic and McDonald's. And this would still be happening right now.
Yeah, you're going out to get fast food so often is like fucking crazy too. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. My wife's been doing an amazing job cooking food at home. Like I'll grill too, but she takes in charge like the menu, and I really appreciate her for that. We've been very successful because of that.
If she did not take away the cards, spending cards, sell your fucking cards, your other dumb cards. What's your collection
True.
worth?
3,300
For her.
Ew, that's it? Wait, what? How is that profitable? It's 3,300. That's all it's worth. I feel like that's amateur hour at the collection agency here, guys. You're a big old collector and you only got $40 or $3,000 worth of shit.
Or sell them.
For real, you should.
You can-
He's not going to do that. You can tell him his face.
Accumulate them again as a hobby when you budget them in after you guys do the basic minimum responsibilities of moving out, having an emergency fund, and no bad debt.
Yeah.
So sell the cards.
I will.
Good.
I will.
I hope he actually does. You said you'll do a lot of things many times throughout your life, and then you haven't. So I really hope when you guys come on the follow-up channel, I will have seen these cards paid off. But guess what? You also said a year ago that you would take care of the debt that she found out, and then you did not. You also said you'd stop spending on the cards.
Damn, did you see that look?
You said a year ago that
Look
you
at his
would
face.
take care of the debt that she found out, and then you did not. You also
Did you see that fucking look, dude? I don't think you guys understand this look. You don't understand this look. This is the look where Caleb is lecturing him and she's laughing, dude. And by the way, she's totally valid. But do you understand how destructive this is to this guy's ego? Like, he's getting fucking evaporated right now. He's getting fucking nay-nayed on. He's getting embarrassed in front of his own wife. Dude, this has to be a wake-up call for you, doggy boy. You have to feel some kind of way about this. This is fucking brutal. This is fucking brutal.
You also said you'd stop spending on the cards 2 months ago when she took away half the cards. You did not. So will you actually sell the cards? No level of confidence on my end, but I really hope so.
I'm going to sell the cars.
He's not going to sell the cards. But this is fucking crazy. If he listen, not for nothing. If he sells the cards, I'm not even kidding. Then he would be able to change, because if his supposed addiction is coming from buying and selling these cards, getting rid of it would actually be a massive move, and it would show like a lot of progress.
If retail therapy was real therapy, your bank account would be fine by now. But we both know overspending doesn't solve what's really going on. And that is where Sondermind comes in. They connect you with licensed therapists and psychiatrists
Oh, that's not
fast. You'll get matched based on your goals, preferences, and schedule. There's no guessing game like trying to budget without knowing your income. Online or in person, no more waiting for the care that you need. Plus, their all-in-one mental wellness app gives you tools to maintain your progress between sessions. Sound of Mind works with most major insurance plans across the nation, so getting support won't drain your finances even more. Take control over your mental health today. Visit soundermind.com/Caleb. Go to soundermind.com/Caleb and get started today. Anywhere worth going is worth going in good boots. And for me,
oh shit, 2 ads in a row? What the
that
fuck?
means Tecovas. Now, I wasn't always a boot guy. I used to think you had to be a rancher or a country singer to pull.
I gotta get myself a cowboy hat for my cousin's wedding this year. He loves cowboy hat stuff, and so I want to get it. I want to get him just to bully him, but I want to get a really nice one and commit to the bullying. So that's the kind of bully I am. I gotta get a really nice hat. I'm willing to spend like $400 or $500 on it. So I gotta get it soon though for the fucking meme.
Them off, but
then
then
I'm gonna go on Caleb Hammer show. He's gonna say $500 for a hat, and he's gonna start yelling like Beaker from the Muppets. It's gonna be awesome.
I tried Tecovas, and I've basically been
I gotta stop. Sorry, I'm trying. Sorry.
boot pilled ever since. And these aren't your dad's stiff, break your ankles leather
I
monsters.
tried not to burp on the video. My bad.
Every pair is handcrafted with over 200 meticulous steps, which means they feel broken
They take 200 steps in your shoes.
in right out of the box. And I've worn mine on long shoot days, nights
Caleb,
out,
show me what you look like in your boots.
even to the grocery store. And then, people notice. People actually stop me mid-aisle, be like, "Hey, those boots are clean." And I know. Thank you. And whether it's a long...
That's an insult from country people. That's an insult from country people. Oh, those are clean boots, brother. You got some soft hands, brother. You know what I mean? Caleb, they're insulting you. They're insulting you. Also, nobody point out that I just reflected on eating food in the game.
day or a big night, these things are built to last.
You
and
got
built to
soft
impress.
boots, brother.
And if you're nervous about committing, no worries.
You got
Tecovas
soft
gives you
hands,
free
Caleb.
returns and exchanges for 30 days. It's called the best in the West, guaranteed for a reason.
You got soft feet, Caleb Hammer. I like them a lot. Why don't we get together?
Right now, get 10% off
Why don't we get together, Caleb, with your nice soft feet?
at tecovas.com/hammer when you sign up for emails and texts. That is 10% off at tecovas.com/hammer. tecovas.com/hammer. See site for details. Tecovas, point your toes west.
Do you think he'll sell the cards?
I think he'll sell the car.
I've sold a lot. I've sold a lot of cards.
So he's allowed. So you still believe him after all of this?
Well, he sold a lot of cards. Is that the same thing as he sold his card collection? Because if he's saying it's profitable, it sounds like he's buying and selling cards and he's only selling them when he's like done with them, or he intended to try to resell in the first place as a justification for his bad behavior and bad habit. And so, like, is he actually selling the cards? Is he willing to sell the ones that he likes a lot? You know, it's one thing to keep like 1 or 2 cards, but is he willing to like sell the cards he likes a lot? Is he willing to basically give up this constant pattern of buying and selling? I mean, doesn't seem. I'm not particularly convinced.
After everything that has happened.
Yeah.
Okay, because if he doesn't, then you have a little bit to blame there too, because you haven't learned the lesson of trusting
No,
him.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
Why do you believe him? After everything.
I don't know.
You love him?
Yeah,
and
I love him.
That would probably be why.
Yeah, but why do you
I
believe
don't think
him?
I love him, but I don't think love is enough to stay in a marriage.
No, it's not.
So, and I've told him that before. So, I mean, we're just kind of seeing what happens with that, I guess.
This is an extreme example, but if you love someone and that someone hits you, I need you to get the out of that
Right,
house.
yeah.
True.
Extreme example. But still, if you
I think you should stay in the house and wait until the person falls asleep and then stab him to death in your sleep. That's what I think should happen.
he keeps lying about changing behavior and he is endlessly holding you back forever, and you need to know this. Love will not forever hold her there. Buddy, you are satisfied living at home and being stagnant in the world. I don't know what you do on a daily basis. You pick up your bullshit, you look at cards, and you play Call of Duty.
Not for nothing. Even if she stays with him 10 years from now, she's going to be at work and there's going to be some guy there that's going to treat her slightly better, and she's going to start fucking that guy. And you're going to be at home fucking with absolutely nothing to your name. Except for a marriage to a woman who's actually trying to better herself, and then she's going to cheat on you, and it's going to be your fault, and you're not going to have anything left.
I don't know what is happening, but she is not going to stick around. And if you love her, you need to put in a little bit of effort.
True.
How close are you at calling quits? Be honest. He's here. He needs to know how close in your mind. Percentage, 100% quits, 0% is I'm never going to move from the couch.
Like 40%.
Dude,
Damn.
that's brutal.
Yeah, it does hurt to hear.
Wait, no, 40% like never gonna leave from the couch.
What?
Wait, I thought 100% was like I'm leaving right now.
Yeah, and 0% is I'm never gonna leave.
Okay, so yeah, 40%.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Okay, I was
that
just
means
making
you're
sure.
I'll ba-
Making sure of what? That's insane. If it's above 0%, that's too much. What do you mean? If it's above literally 0%, it's way too much. Like, and it's justified from her. But like, what? She's like, no, that's not that. That's a lot. That's fucking crazy. If my wife said 1%, I'd start crying and cutting myself in front of her. I'd be like, don't leave me. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. Don't cut yourself, please. But that's fucking a lot, man.
basically halfway to leaving.
Yeah, well, because I need to see changes because I don't think I
Is
can.
that not an emergency? Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
It is an emergency.
Yeah, he doesn't have a single fucking ounce of energy or care or anything.
I do care.
So
Well, then why don't you act like you care?
when you have a kid with this man, the example that he's going to be leading by in
Yeah.
life, you're comfortable with that?
No.
And that's why she's at 40%. If the person I was with is telling me they're 40% walking out that door, oh my fucking emergency alarm bells going crazy.
True.
I would do everything in the world to try to fucking figure out what is going on, but you already know.
No, it's just interesting because like, why would you why would you want to be with somebody who's 40% of the way to leaving you? And again, it's justified from her, but like, wouldn't that make you feel like shit? Like they're 40% of the way to leaving you, and you're not like, wow, like you should have some self-respect, no? Like, what the fuck, dude? Go up the ladder. What the fuck?
Know what's going on. You've known what's going on. You've known at least for a year what's going on. Yet you've only gotten worse, and that percentage is likely only going up further. $100 of interest losses here so far. It looks like the interest recently kicked in, maybe. And again, it's basically maxed out. It's like a couple dollars away. City Rewards Plus. Who's this?
Mine.
But I mean, Caleb, it says plus. How could you resist a City Rewards Plus card?
Yeah.
That's also the other one that was in the car.
It's also another one that, yes, got spent $201 on.
That's it. It's only $200.
That's all. Okay.
$100, $20.19 of interest accruing. Only the minimum monthly payment was put towards it. You know why he only put $200 towards it? Because it's fucking maxed out.
Got it.
Yeah. Again, just like he's not spending only because you have the cards. He didn't spend more on this because he literally could not.
Damn.
So the
That's so sad. Hey, that's so sad, fans.
balance of $970.25. Once that minimum monthly payment hit, it brought it down from the $1,000. It's a $41 minimum monthly payment now, and it was then too. This one's 3 years to pay off. What's going on with this card, guy?
More of the same.
Oh, you only work 4 to 5 hours a day?
Yeah.
It's like, what has been finding this new job look like? Because
Indeed.
yeah, time to go.
Looking on Indeed.
Oh, she
Well,
died.
he's had
Oh, great.
job
He's
offers
looking-
I've
and
had
then
interviews.
he's.
I just don't get calls back.
What? She just said you had job offers.
Yeah, he did have job offers and then he
Damn.
didn't take them because I wanted him to get a job that would provide benefits because we have benefits through the marketplace and that's why they're so expensive.
Well, yeah.
Okay, but you kind of have to just get a job at this point, no? Like, oh, I wanted him to get a job through the marketplace. Okay, well, so maybe that's just not realistic right now.
And that's great,
So-
but at a certain point, we need our income to come in. Like that is number.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's a part of the problem though, too, right? So like he's making a bad decision by not taking a job, but then you see that she's like, no, it's okay. You don't have to take a job. We want one with benefits. Like maybe your standards are too high right now. He's a 24-year-old that like had a commission-based job, like that's not necessarily doing very well, and he's not able to get more work. Like, oh, okay. Like maybe it's not realistic that he's you know what I mean? Like maybe he needs to lower his standards of like what he'll accept.
yeah, no, 100%. Like any
And you know, wife needs to as well.
type of job, but I didn't know the severity of this. I didn't know about
When
like
did
the
you learn
hiding
the
cards.
severity of this?
Well,
the cards.
Like, yeah, I didn't know about the
Not his
extra
income
hiding
dropping?
comes.
Like
no.
you knew that.
No, I knew about his income dropping too. But he only was looking for a job, not because his income was dropping, but because I took all his fucking cards away. So
Are you acknowledging that he was going to spend a bunch of money?
then, since I knew about his debt, that's when he started looking for a new job.
Get it paid off. Faster.
And I asked him, what would you have done if I didn't find this? And he was like, oh, well, I was just trying to pay it off before you would know.
Was he actually though, or was he continuously spending like shit?
What
It doesn't seem like he actually was trying to pay it off before she found out. It sounded like that she was trying to spend like a fucking. He was trying to spend. You know.
industry you're trying to get into? Are you trying to just get any job? Like, what are we trying to do?
I want to get a apprenticeship with a plumbing company.
Okay. There's, at least in the construction project management world, I can get you like a certification there through Course Careers. I'll gift that to you. Mm-hmm. Audience uses them. I personally love them. So I'll hook you up with that. It's not plumbing specifically, but they are expanding more into the trades.
I mean, trades are a good job. That's a good job. If he's willing to do a trade for her, then like that would be good. Those are tough jobs. So if he at least has like that in him, that would be pretty good. You know, maybe, I mean, the fact that he mentioned a trade job, it's so fucking easy to have like be a plumber. Well, not easy to be a plumber, just to be clear. It's tough to be a plumber, but like it's got to be relatively easy to become one right now, because there's going to be a shortage of like 500,000 in the next year, in the next 2 years, excuse me. So like, how difficult would it be to get an apprenticeship right now? Maybe I'm just like a little uneducated on it, or maybe they would have to move. Maybe that's the problem. It's like location. I don't know. But do something. Do some kind of trade.
I'm open to looking at any of the trades.
Why aren't you dropping McFries in the evening? Like, we got to pay bills, buddy.
Yeah.
We're living
Or do like DoorDash or something.
with her daddy.
I don't want to work at McDonald's.
I don't give a.
I work fast food. I hate fast food.
I don't give a.
I disagree. I don't think that he hates fast food.
Wait, let me check that. No, I still don't care. You have to pay bills. You racked up a bunch of debt.
Obviously, he needs to work too. One of the problems is that like he has idle hands. That's when you start jacking off. No, he doesn't do enough work. That's why do you think he has time to spend money? Not doing any work. He's working part-time right now because he's not getting the job that he's not getting any actual work.
This is your responsibility. I don't care if you don't want to do something. What type of entitlement complex do you have? If you had to pay for the roof over your head, you guys would be kicked out of that roof over your head.
That's true.
What is this entitlement that you have?
It's not entitlement.
Yes,
it's
it is.
preference. It's preference.
No, that's entitlement.
That's entitlement.
You're not willing to work a job that you feel kind of sucks a little in order to pay the bills. And you would rather live with her dad than go and work a job that you feel is slightly beneath you.
I don't think McDonald's would pay good. Like,
It doesn't really matter. You're not getting paid anything right now. It doesn't really matter. You're not getting paid right now because you're not fucking working. So what does that matter?
$10 an hour?
It doesn't pay well.
Well, where do they live where it would be $10 an hour? And working that 40 hours a week is $400, right? So he's making $500 a week. That's a lot of money for him, no?
But it pays, and you're making nothing.
I'm trying to get something that's
I agree, except something else in the meantime, you tit. You're not making money. You can't give her a life. She's not going to be working in a few months.
I agree there.
You can't really disagree with that. It's a fact. She's going to be going to nursing school. Like, okay. I agree with that one. Oh, okay. It's great that you agree with an actual fact. We breathe oxygen. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that one. That's great. Yeah, great. That's okay. So, all right, cool.
Oh, congratulations. I'm glad you agreed with the literal reality of the existence around us.
True.
Then work.
I'm trying.
No, you're not.
Work. I really don't think that he is, not at all. I mean, maybe he'll prove everybody wrong, but it doesn't really seem like he's putting in a meaningful effort. So,
You just specifically said you would not be willing to work in a certain industry, like flat out. You.
My question would be like, what are you doing instead, though? Okay, so then what are the other prospects looking like then? Like, if you're not willing to do that, what are the other prospects looking like?
Oh, put in the work. You're 24. Man up.
Damn, she's not laughing anymore. She's not laughing anymore, dude.
I'm not saying it's a permanent job. I'm not saying it's a completely fucking path correction job. I'm saying it is extra income that we can get in the evenings, because guess what? That is the shifts that people do not want to work. So if you're doing an overnight shift, late shift, whatever you are doing, stocking shelves, I don't care. Jobs that are hiring, that brings in extra money to take care of life. We have goals, and you are preventing. You, specifically, you are preventing the household from getting to those goals.
Sure.
So what do we do instead? We go to fucking McDonald's. Yeah, the first one. I don't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's they're not doing anything. Well, it's her fault too. Like, let's be real. Like, it's her fault too. She's okay. Like, his spending is bad, but she's kind of okay with it. Like, she continuously like, is she? Well, $9 actually one meal. Maybe she's not. Wait, is she? Is it like one? Is he taking it and going places? And $9 for that's like one meal at McDonald's, right? That's not even two of them. Jack in the Box $3. What the fuck? Circle K. A lot of these actually do look like they're one meal.
Wow, great. Then you stop in Circle K, get yourself some chips and energy drinks, whatever the f. Jack in the Box, go in and get some BS, go in and get some BS, go in and get some BS. Jack in the Box, go in and get some BS.
Dude, this is all on the same day. That's crazy. O'Reilly. What is O'Reilly? Is that auto parts? What is that? That's crazy.
Jack in the Box, go and get some
Dude, in one day they spent like $40 or $30 on just fast food.
BS. Yeah, you can work at fucking McDonald's because congratulations, you go there again and you spend a literal same amount. So we're on a repeat for sure. And then McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Amazon, Jack in the Box, Gilberto's Taco Shop, go in and get some BS Jack in the Box.
I like Jack in the Box.
We're confirming.
He's not stupid. We are confirming.
She's getting in on the joke, dude. That's funny.
He's not stupid.
Damn.
Pull up
He's so emasculated, dude. This is funny.
your Amazon, big guy.
My Amazon?
What the hell is
Oh,
this?
he doesn't really do a big Amazon
Well,
spending.
I saw enough on here
But
that I want to
he
look.
did have 2 Amazon accounts that he was paying for.
Why? Why do you have 2 Amazon accounts? What?
So we canceled
And
one.
we're confirming?
Yeah, not stupid.
Oh, you guys have a dog?
That's not for our dog. That's for
Okay,
his
good.
grandma's dog. We do have 2
what?
dogs, though.
Okay. Kill your dogs or something. Get rid of your dogs. Why do you have dogs?
Connected fuel
Don't kill your dogs. Why do you have dogs if you can't afford shit?
pump, fin wan, throttle body. Yeah, not much. Okay, not much in here. But let's look at your subscriptions. Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV Plus, Gmail, iCloud Plus, Max, and Twitch. Twitch, where are you paying
Oh shit, he's a Pokemon sub, dude. Oh fuck, dude.
$8 for Twitch? It's the KCO?
Queso.
Oh my god. Queso, you're fucking ruining this guy's life. What the hell are you doing, dude? You're ruining this guy's life, Queso. What the hell?
You don't know who Queso is?
You don't know Caleb, you don't know what Queso is?
Not in the stream world.
No, he's
very
like
much.
he's really funny.
Caleb has one. Caleb watches one streamer, his favorite streamer, and that's Papa Gut, dude. Okay.
He's a really big streamer.
You laugh a lot when she
Yes, a meme to call him fat. Yeah.
can't have her own house.
Apparently.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke you're playing. Real comedic. I bet we just big giggle fest when she found out all the debt a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
I'm not picking my nose. I just have an itch.
If you have time to watch all that content, including a live streamer, including all the subscriptions you pay for, Prime Video, all that bullshit, Apple TV Plus, blah, 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 you can be dropping fries. Buddy, put the fries in the bag.
Okay. Imagine you did a financial audit on Josh Block.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I mean, again, this is another no.
Listen, if you're willing to come on, if you're willing to come on the Caleb Hammer show and get absolutely emasculated in front of your wife, then you have the ability to work at McDonald's because at least you're working a job and you're trying to be productive. Because you're getting absolutely fucking decimated here. This is insane.
You specifically told Lindsay in the interview that it pisses you off when he's still in bed in the morning and you're leaving for work and he's just in bed around.
He's
Yeah.
just going. Wait, he's just
Because
going to
his-
bed.
And you're leaving specifically told Lindsay in the interview that it pisses you off when he's still in bed in the morning and you're leaving for work and he's just in bed around.
Yeah.
Fucking around,
Because
he's
his
jacking
job
off.
doesn't he doesn't have a 9 to 5 or like steady hours every single day. Like he'll get like an email with the information and then he can go within like 2 days of whenever he gets the email to go do it.
He gets two, dude. He could. Oh my god, that's actually insane. Like that's insane. His job is he gets work and then he has 2 days to go and do it at his own time. Why? Like, explain to me why this guy is not working another job. He could be working and doing anything else, and then he could like do whatever this is at another time. What the fuck is happening here?
So he usually will like get the email and then go right then. But like I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning, feeding the dogs, like feeding the lizard, doing all the things. And then I'm leaving for work. And then I'm coming home at like 8 o'clock at night.
Oh my God, dude. That's pathetic and disgusting. He's not even like, he works part-time and he can't even be bothered to wake up and do the chores around the house while she's working like 4 jobs.
And whenever I leave for work, I'll like check his location throughout the day and he's like still at home. And I'm like,
damn, dude, that's actually crazy. It's crazy she's checking his location because it means that this is such a big problem that she can't even trust him to do anything. That's fucking insane. You should leave this guy. There's nothing redeemable about him. If you're at the point where you're checking his fucking location to see if his fat ass is getting out of bed, that's fucking crazy. And I don't say fat ass because he's fat. I say it because he has fat energy. Okay, that's fucking crazy. That's insane.
like, what the f- are you doing? Like, I just feel like he should be working more. Whether that is 5 hours at McDonald's or whatever, because 5 hours at McDonald's at $10 is $50, and that's a minimum payment.
I'll be honest, this is gonna make me sound like the most traditional man in the history of the world, but I'm not like super trad or anything like that in like 1950s, 60s, whatever. That's not me. But there is a part of me where, like, I mean, my wife.
I am, to be honest with you.
She can do whatever I want, you know?
Yeah.
Like, go do whatever you want, girl. But if I can't put a roof over her head, can't put food on the table, have hidden debts, and she's out there working more than me, I'd be embarrassed as a man.
It is embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's not embarrassing to you. You didn't even, bro. You didn't even. She didn't even take your last name, dude. I don't believe that you think it's embarrassing.
Yet he does nothing. He won't go and work. He just told me he won't do it.
Yeah.
So embarrassing. F you. 1% maybe.
That's crazy.
She's 40% of the way from leaving. I bet it's gone up to 45 since this conversation started. So, what do you do the rest of the time? The other however many hours
Probably jacking off.
a week. 6 hours a day, is that what I heard?
Yeah, about
Like 5
6.
to 6 on average.
Yeah,
Sorry, what was that?
hours a week. Time. The other however many hours a week. 6 hours a day, is that what I heard?
Yeah, about
Like 5 to
6.
6 on average.
Okay, let's call it 5.
Wait, he's working 5 hours a day? Dude, he can go get a part-time job right now, and he can work that job and then just do the other one around it. His other job is, like, it's not even a scheduling issue. His other job is so flexible, he could go and do the job. That's crazy.
So what do you do the other 133 hours of the week?
Watch movies.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
Dude, that's so true. What a vibe. That's honestly disgusting. This guy isn't even waking up to do chores while she's working like 4 fucking jobs. His job, it allows him to work like, what, 4 or 5 hours a day, whatever hours he wants to do. And he could go work a part-time job, but he refuses to do it. So he stays at home and watches movies while his fucking wife, that wouldn't even take his last name because he's such a fucking failure, goes out and works a bunch of fucking jobs to pay off his credit card bills. That's crazy. Why is she not? Leave this guy.
And I love a good movie. But that's disgusting.
Yeah.
What are you?
That's not just disgusting, that he doesn't respect her. He thinks she's worthless. This guy, based on the way that he acts, he can pretend to be a nice guy and everything. He thinks that his wife is a worthless fucking dog. Then he feels entitled to her time. That's how he feels. That is exactly how he feels. Because nobody treats somebody that way. At all. Nobody that works part-time while their partner works like 3 or 4 jobs and sits at home and watches movies all day, racking up credit card debt. You don't treat somebody like that unless you think that they're a fucking dog. So he treats his wife like a fucking dog. But he sounds like a nice guy. He treats me so well. He treats you like a fucking animal.
Really.
What's going through your head
I
right
don't
now,
have
please?
anything to say because
No, just tell me what you feel and what you think. Because
Well, I just can't. I can't think about it because it will like cause me to spiral because I'll work like 2 jobs in one day. So I'll like nanny
2
from,
jobs in one day? How many
Yeah.
jobs do you have?
so I like nanny and then I work at a Montessori school and then I do like birthday parties on the weekend.
She has 3 fucking jobs.
And I work part-time at Target too.
She has 4 jobs.
What should you do at Target?
Oh, you just...
But it's not like they're not.
Oh, someone castrate this man. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve her.
I don't have anything to say. It's
She won't even say that's wrong, Caleb. I love him.
just like I can't think about what he's doing at home because I'll be at work pissed off. So I'll just not.
What's keeping you around? Is it just that initial love? Because
You really, honestly, unironically, she should leave this guy. Like, I'm convinced she needs to leave because there's nothing worth anything here. There's other guys who are pieces of shit in this show, but like I can see it. This guy is completely useless. He's not particularly attractive. He puts no effort into his physical appearance. He doesn't work. He makes her do all the chores. He won't get any job. Like, what's the point? Like, he's just a schlub. He's useless. And any effort that she could put in to potentially make him like a very impactful, successful man, he's not worth it. He's not a diamond in the rough. He's just like he's a kidney stone in a fucking bucket of piss and shit. Like, there's nothing here that's redeemable about him, and it's not worth the effort. If she put 1/10 of the effort that she put into this guy into another guy, that person would be 10 times more successful than him. So why baby this fucking loser when she can go out and find somebody? Because she can. She can absolutely go find somebody. And I'll tell you one thing. I doubt that he's slanging fucking dick or anything. He doesn't look like he does anything. He looks like a fucking Reddit mob that just comes, a Reddit mob that like comes very quickly to fucking lolicon. So I don't really see what's going on here.
like, what else could there be?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm really not. It's not like I want you guys to break up, but like, what is keeping you around? I'm just.
Do you think this guy fucking throws fucking pipe? Does this guy look like he throws pipe? Seriously, like what's the point? Honestly.
Like, we have a lot in common. I love him. I think he's going to be a good dad. It's literally just
based on what? You're an idiot. What?
How?
I know, just with the finances.
But that's huge.
That's just huge. It's not just finances. This isn't just a money problem. If it was just a money problem, he'd be working 3 jobs and just spending a lot. This isn't just a money problem. He's lazy as shit. He's a lazy piece of shit. What are you talking? It's not just a money problem.
I know it's huge.
You want to take care of your children,
every
put them through the sports programs they want to do.
This guy treats you like a dog. How is he going to be a good dad?
Every other aspect is there besides the finance. And yes, that
No, it's not.
is number one priority.
It's not though.
To like most people and to
Sounds
me
like
as
you have
well.
a good friend, but not a good partner.
No, it doesn't sound like a good friend.
And again, I mean, I'm not super trad and everything, but like, do you want to be the breadwinner when you're the mother?
Okay.
When you're a mom, if you're birthing a child.
It's not even like the breadwinner. He's not putting in any effort. It's not like he makes less than her, but he puts in a solid effort. He's a fucking piece of dog shit.
Okay, I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
All right, now I know that she's with him. She's fucking delusional. You want to be a stay-at-home mom, so you want to be a stay-at-home mom, so you're going to school to be a nurse while your fucking lazy dog shit fucking husband that treats you like a dog does nothing. That makes no fucking sense. No offense to her, but she's a fucking idiot. I'm not trying to be mean, but she's fucking delusional.
If I could be, but
the
that's
furthest
not
thing away from that.
I know, so that's not feasible.
Can you trust this man when he leaves the house? He's stopping at gas stations every 5 minutes.
This is the kind of guy who, if he was the main breadwinner, he would feel entitled to the money. Like, she makes more money than him and she puts in more effort than him, and yet she doesn't feel entitled to the money. You notice that? She doesn't like go like, oh, it's my money, it's my money, it's my money. He would absolutely flip on a dime. This is not the kind of person that remembers good deeds at somebody. Like, he doesn't remember time investments into people. Like, I appreciate my wife endlessly for the amount of energy that she's put into me to try to make me a better man. You think that he's ever going to pay that forward? Do you think that 20 years from now, when there's a rough patch, he's going to look back and be like, this is the woman who stuck with me through like thick and thin. Like, I got to like, grunt and bear it. Do you think he's going to do that? Or do you think that he's going to give up and be like, this is my money? What the fuck? Like, you're doing this wrong. Do you think he's going to pay in return? Do you think he's going to do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
To get what? I don't even know.
Well, when I'm out working, it's hot. Sometimes I'll go out and it'll take 7 hours. And I'll drink.
Oh my God, it takes 7 hours.
I'll drink all my water. I'll eat all my food.
Oh, God. 5 hours a day. We'll do the packs of fucking water.
Okay,
Get them in bulk
so
from the grocery
whenever
store.
I drink a lot of water.
Whenever I first found
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? What did I miss here?
Sometimes I'll go out and it'll take 7. Well,
When he leaves the house, he's stopping at gas stations every 5 minutes. To get what? I don't even know.
Well, when I'm out working, it's hot. Sometimes I'll go out and it'll take 7 hours, and I'll drink all my water. I'll eat all my food.
5 hours a day. We'll do the packs of fucking water. Get
Okay,
them in bulk
so
from the
yeah,
grocery
Get
store.
it out of the sink or something, man. Get a fucking water bottle that has like the thing in it. Like what?
I drink a lot of water.
Whenever I first found out about like the gas station spending, we went to the store because I buy the groceries for the house. So we went.
Oh my god. Listen, I understand because I'm not good at buying groceries. I can go to Costco. I can do Costco shopping because it's very big and nothing moves, and I know where everything is. But dude, again, this guy doesn't do anything all day.
I bought. What drinks do you want? What drinks would you stop and buy at the gas station? What do you want?
I really wish I could have asked him the question. I unironically need to know how he fucks her. I know this sounds so stupid, and like people are gonna think I'm being like really stupid and immature, but like, dude, I don't understand. Like, I don't really get it. It makes no sense to me why she's putting up with this guy. What's the fucking redeemable quality? Like, does he make you fucking like? What does he do? What does he do? What's the point? What does he fucking do for her? I can't read it. There's nothing here. I can't read shit. I don't understand what happens here.
Them. We have like an outdoor fridge. We'll put them in the outdoor fridge. They're stocked. And then he'll drink them at home. I'm like, that's not for at home. That's for whenever you go to work. And then he'll forget to take them to work. So then he'll stop at the gas station because he couldn't just get the drinks that I bought him at home.
A child.
I like to go to QT and
What?
Circle K.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I like to go to box lunch. I haven't been at all this year because my wife keeps yelling at me for getting her stuff. It do be true, baby. It do be true.
Well, glad I support your decision to be a stay-at-home mom when you want to, but
It's not feasible
it
right
sounds
now.
more like anything he's gearing up to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, which
It looks like he's gearing up to be a deadbeat dad that is still in the kid's life.
I would be totally okay with. I don't have a problem.
Sounds like that's what he's already chosen, though.
Yeah.
I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'd be totally fine if I wasn't though. Like what? Or if he was a stay-at-home dad instead. That's a drastic shift from stay-at-home mom to letting him be a stay-at-home dad. That's not like you both have to work. That's like you're just, I don't know. It's just strange. I mean, it's not necessarily feasible that you could be a stay-at-home parent, but like you go from wanting to be a stay-at-home mom to being okay with him being a stay-at-home dad. Why is your what's your priority here? Why would you? That's very strange.
Yeah.
He wants to stay at home and watch movies all day.
Yeah.
All right. Sapphire, whose is this?
Mine.
Okay.
What is Sapphire?
Who would have thought? $5,344.
Oh, there's a card. Gotcha.
There's an 11 cents. What the that is for your income, that is an insane credit card balance. What is going on here?
Sports cards and fast food and gas stations.
It's all the same. He doesn't have like a specific card that he uses for like one thing versus
all
another
the
thing.
same.
It's whatever comes out of his wallet first is what he'll use. And I don't think like initially he meant to like rack up the cards, which I don't think anybody.
Oh, you don't think he meant to get in the debt? Wow. Yeah, I know a lot of people and they're just like, damn, I really want to get into credit card debt. What kind of a fucking, why say this? Like, this makes her look so bad and uninformed about what's happening in her own life. What?
He does.
No, because when I first got the cards, I'd use it and get in the parking lot, pay it off. And then I made.
You would use it and then you would get into the parking lot and pay it off. What? Why? What? What the fuck does that mean? You would get into the parking lot and then pay it off? That doesn't make any sense to anybody. That makes no sense to anybody. Who the fuck would get a credit card and then pay it off in the parking lot?
A little bit more purchases that I couldn't afford to pay off.
I thought I released a bear.
Then decided to start making the monthly payments and keep swiping and keep swiping and keep swiping. And then that's how we got to today.
Damn.
They were all paid off
I
at one
just don't know
point.
how we can get to any future goals. And it sounds like you guys are people that like to take trips and stuff. Like, how can we take trips? How can we do that?
Well, I pay for them. That's how. Because we don't have a joint account, so I don't know what's going on his side because I don't want to know because if I
I
don't
just want to know why this bear is not fucking killing everybody in the camp, right? Like, what is happening here? This bear is as worthless as this fucking guy in the game.
know, then it like won't be my problem. And now that I know, and now it's my problem, so now I'm freaking out about it. But I didn't know that I would have to worry about it because he told me he would take care of it.
I'm going to take care of it.
Says the guy who's promised a lot of things and has never done one. $126 of interest has accrued. 17 years to pay this off at the at the rate you are going.
Darn, who would have accepted?
I didn't think it'd take that long.
You didn't think it took that long?
No, I didn't really realize how interest rates worked.
Okay.
How does interest work? Mommy! Mama! How does interest work?
Okay, but whenever I sent on all these papers, I showed you every single one. Did you know this? Did you know this? And you said, no, I didn't know. So you should damn well know now because I've showed them to you. You don't remember me showing them to you?
Yes, I do remember.
Okay.
And we're confirming still?
Yes, not stupid.
He can't
I don't know.
remember
Maybe
a
ask
day
me a
ago.
couple more times and then maybe I'll
He can't
have
remember
a different
couple
answer.
days ago.
I know, but I don't understand how you're not looking at these numbers because it's in your phone. Like you go to make your payment, even if it's...
It's, you know what it probably is? It's because she never talks to him like this. And like he obviously is a worthless fucking baby. But do you think that she actually talks to him like this? Like she doesn't this is this to me it kind of seems like she usually babies him, but now she's like in public. And so now she's being harder. Maybe she feels like she's a little more bold to do it, or maybe she just likes typically babies. Like she might be an enabler, honestly. And that doesn't disregard his immaturity, but she might have like an enabling personality. Like unironically, I do too. Like I've been with people where like I'll allow them to quit their job, I'll pay for everything, blah 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 blah, and then guess what happens? They start taking advantage of me, right? I have enabling behavior, and like that's my fucking problem, which is why I work really well with my wife, because my wife doesn't let me do that to her. Like she didn't let her quit her job. It might happen in the future, but like we didn't go right to it. She didn't like go right into the pathway of just being like lazy, right? Like when we have kids, that's a fucking job in its own. So if she does quit her job to be like, you know, a stay-at-home mom, you know, that wouldn't be her just quitting for the sake of being fucking lazy or anything like that. So, but like, unironically, like I've been there before. Like I understand what it's like to have like enabling behavior.
I just don't understand people whenever they're not checking their bank account every single day.
Well, I
Like,
don't need to do that.
what are you doing?
Once a week, even.
At least, at the very least, I guess, but I check it every single day, so.
Again, force him to use our budgeting app because it's automated. He can at least log in there and everything's connected across the board. You guys get it for free forever for being on the show. So make sure you guys download the app. But for fuck's sake, that'll at least make it easier. But you still got to open it.
I know. I've been better. I've gotten better at opening and checking.
Hey, guys, I got better at looking at my phone and looking at stuff on my phone. I'm doing better, guys.
Yeah, for a week. So that means nothing to me. You fall back into old patterns like that. Like everyone does slightly better before they come on the show. Literally every guest does so much better.
Yeah, that's like when you brush your teeth before going to the dentist. That's literally it. You brush your teeth before going to the dentist. Have you been brushing? I did today.
For a week or two.
It takes like 90 days to create a habit, don't it?
I don't think it's 90 days. I think it's 3 weeks, which I don't know math. 30, 20, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's the whole point Caleb's making, just to be clear.
Sure.
I'm working towards those 90 days.
If you can maintain it, the median guest on the shows pays off $10,000 in 10 months, you know, up to the end of last year. And then we'll do an annual report at the end of this year. But again, remember, the only reason you're doing these things is because she's taking the cards and because she's looking at the accounts. She says that. She said the only reason you're not doing these things is because she is looking at the accounts.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know what goes on in his head, but that's
No one does.
only thing that is like feasible to me is like, I took the cards, I applied for the show. He said, oh, we're going to go on this show. I need to get my together.
Yeah, see,
and he
and
hasn't
that's
done
the reason.
anything.
And that's the reason.
And-
Because everyone gets a little exposed on the show.
Yeah.
So just leading up to it, they do a quick little behavior change. But it is not something that if you are actually planning to change, well, it is not something that I think based on his behavior, he would change. I think you're going to do well. Most guys do well. Some don't. Some go in reverse and they bring down the median, you know, because most people actually do better than the median. But, you know, we bring it down. Bring down the average and then the median. So
A lot of words, Caleb.
I don't know. Your behavior in historic, this is, I don't know. Congratulations. You did good for a couple weeks before you came on the show where you're getting evaluated on it. That means nothing. It doesn't mean anything when anyone does that.
I think
we would
I'm
all
trying.
do it. Huh?
I think it shows I'm trying.
Sure. That's cool. That's nice. You're trying. It's that's one of the things though, right? Like it's easy to try when you want to try. When you're feeling, oh, that's a bear. Okay. It's easy to try when you are trying to try. And I know that sounds so fucking stupid to say something like that, but like it's the truth. You know, like, oh, well, it shows that I'm trying. Like, okay. And then what happens if you don't have the motivation to try? That's the same thing that what happens with people like fat people when they're trying to lose weight. Like, you know, you're motivated when you're motivated, then you stop being motivated, and then you stop trying because you're not feeling motivated. And then what ends up happening? You finally get to another period where you're feeling motivated and you start dieting again, and then something happens, and then you follow your diet, and then you get locked over and over again into this like pattern of this pattern of behavior where you're trying, then you're not trying, then you're blah, 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 blah. That's what's happening here, right? That's literally it. So
no, it shows that you were going to come on the show, get called out for your bullshit, so you put in 2 weeks of work before you came on the show. Same thing if I went on a dieting version of the show. I would diet for 2 weeks. So I want my best to not be called out. Everyone's afraid of getting called out. And this is basic.
this is true.
Over the past year and a half, my team and I have worked with experts to create the literal best for financial education programs on the entire internet. And even with a full month for a money-back guarantee.
I love this commercial because Caleb is walking silly. And like, I just wonder what goes through his head when he's doing the walk.
We have the lowest refund rate in the entire industry by far. So I'll teach you how to budget, no matter where you are in life, how you should be investing based on your investing profile, and how to get into real estate for the very first time or grow a massive rental property empire like I have in my own life. And I can also teach you how to get out of bad debt, but also utilize good debt to your advantage. And each of these is available individually in the education section in the description below, but at the top of that section you can also bundle all 4 of them together for 15% off. So join the over 10,000 people who have gone through my educational programs and have changed their lives. And to learn more, just go to calebhammer.com or just click those links in the description below.
$406, 58 cents of interest accrued on this card this year alone so far. And of course, you got your annual fee, $95 it says, so he's paying a fee to accrue interest, to spend money, and get nothing for it.
I didn't realize it had an annual fee.
You don't know anything.
Dude, it's every single. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Like, what I guess ignorance is bliss here, huh?
We're up to 50% now, aren't we? I mean,
No, still 40%, but a little bit higher on the stupid scale.
Damn, your wife doesn't love you. I wouldn't either. If I was your parent, I wouldn't love you, frankly. But then that would be like on me because I would be the reason you're such a worthless fucking piece of shit. This kid is so fucking useless. He's a grown man. He's a 24-year-old too.
Sorry. He doesn't like that word.
have you heard it a lot?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Wow, that's actually really funny.
I'm not trying to be rude, but
He's acting fucking stupid, so.
sorry, buddy, I don't think you're the brightest. And that's okay.
I think I'm just not the brightest in money aspect.
No, I mean, no. See, this is what makes him so additionally stupid, is that he's getting called stupid for making stupid decisions, right? And then what's happening is that like he's continuing to make the stupid decisions, even though he like insists that he's not stupid, but he's really not stupid. He just knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is irresponsible, and yet he still engages in the behavior. That makes you more stupid. You are capable of not being a fucking idiot, but you're still a fucking idiot. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, you should feel fucking ashamed of yourself. That's fucking crazy.
Things
But I've also just heard you participate in this conversation, and you provide very interesting responses.
I'm not the best talker, I guess.
You kind of have like a Justin Bieber haircut from like 2005 as well. So
Oh my gosh,
It's
I
like you
just
cussed my
cut
hair.
it. I just cut it.
You cut his hair? You want him to look like this? Sorry. You wanted him to look like this?
well, that's your fault too then. So
No, I was like, I told him.
If you cut it to that-
Listen, okay, after we found out all about all this, he needed a haircut. Or after I found out about all this, he needed a haircut. And I've been cutting his hair. And then I was like, you might not want me to cut your hair for a bit. And then I cut his hair. And I cut his bangs like a little bit too short. But it wasn't on purpose. I didn't mean to do that.
Can we send him to the barber after this? Buddy, we need to freshen this up.
I like it.
No, you don't.
He likes it? Like, dude, come on. Have some self-respect.
No, you don't. Apple card. Whose is this?
Mine.
Right. Shocker. Continuing $428 went up from $248. So it's gone up. It's doubled.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Minimum monthly payment $25. Takes basically 2 years to pay this off. Sake, guy. It's McDonald's and Patreon. Cards, McDonald's, McDonald's, bullshit. Panda Express, McDonald's. From all that McDonald's talk, you go there all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, you'd be a little embarrassed with people that sees you at the drive-thru every single day for you to be walking in asking for a job. But what the is going on? Whose Patreon membership are you subscribed to? Because
It's a movie podcast.
Movie podcast? Is this guy like really a big fucking movie buff? What?
it should be ours because we provide more content than anyone.
I didn't know you had one, so.
We provide more content in our YouTube membership than anyone.
Whoa, that's true, guys. I have the membership, dude.
Thousands of hours. It's incredible. Extra shows. This is just all just waste of
That's
money.
what I'm saying.
and
That's
bullshit.
why it's crazy to me because it's not anything like of substance.
Miscellaneous bullshit, which was not going out. Miscellaneous bullshit was $922. This is swiping on cards and stuff like that. Going out to eat was $1,035.
Damn. In a month?
Remember how much money you bring in?
1,000 in a month? How much?
Because it's
Going out. Miscellaneous bullshit was
Like, is this just a month or is this the year so far?
$922.
So a lot.
This is swiping on cards.
It says Patreon $10. Is he really spending that must be a month. He's paying probably $10 in Patreon a month. $900 in miscellaneous bullshit.
And stuff like that. Going out to eat was $1,000.
Are you saying they spend $1,000 a month? $335 for sweet treats? What the fuck?
35. Remember how much money you bring in?
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
God.
not like
It's insane.
from us together going out.
That's
to
the
eat.
total, but we've only looked at his spending so far.
Okay.
Oh, is that not including them going out together?
And groceries is $559. You live at fucking home.
I pay for the groceries for the house.
Okay, but that should be the only like expenditure really. Like, you shouldn't be going out so much. What the fuck?
Like I pay for the groceries for everybody.
But $1,035 going out to eat. $922
You mean your dad and your husband? Everybody?
on miscellaneous bullshit. Unknown shopping. It's Amazon. It's Walmart. Stuff we can't 100% tell. $731.25. Target.
Sports cards, probably.
No, it's probably in miscellaneous. Well, hey, actually, eBay
Yeah.
could be in there. That is true.
Target and Walmart, I can buy sports cards there too.
Jesus Christ. I need fucking sports cards.
Couples therapy ASAP.
I don't know if they need couples therapy. He needs like a shot collar.
Because he also just needs to learn how to communicate.
Yeah, crockpot does go a long way. Plus, all you have to do is throw this food into it and it's all done. You don't have to really put any effort into it.
Maybe he does care, but he just doesn't put in the effort that reflects.
I do care.
I know.
He just doesn't put in the effort. I care. Okay.
We've heard that part.
No, I do think that he cares.
How tall is he? What's the sell here?
Because I just think he doesn't know how to like show it or
Yeah, I think he cares. He just doesn't know how to show that he cares. Okay, that's incredible.
I don't know.
Don't
do the
spend.
effort.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah. It sounds easy.
Face,
Don't
sorry.
The
Spend.
effort.
That's pretty easy.
She has an Apple Watch on. I think that they're both irresponsible. I don't actually. I'm watching this. I don't think that she is at 40%. There's something weird going on here that doesn't add up to me 100%. He is such an irresponsible piece of shit, but she is too, and I think that she uses him to make bad decisions to justify her own. I do think that a little bit. I don't know. Like, you're sitting here with like an Apple Watch and everything. She's probably spending like money recklessly too. She probably like lets him spend money recklessly and then like justifies it that it's like his fault. I don't know. There's something going on here that doesn't add up.
Yeah. It sounds easy.
You also just don't know how to tell the truth. Be a man of your word. You don't know how to commit to anything. When's the last time you've committed to anything in your life besides the marriage? But even that, you barely are.
I'm committed to the marriage.
Not in
Well, of course, he's committed to it because he gets free shit. But like, he's not committed to making it successful. He's committed to the marriage, but he's not committed to making it successful.
one of the largest parts of it. You guys planned on what you wanted to do after getting married, and you haven't. You've been at home for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Been
what?
at home for 2 years. Yeah.
We've been
Is
at
there
home
any-
for 2 years with the hope to save money. Which
That's what I'm talking about. He's hearing this. She justifies this. She justifies it.
Get
is
that.
It's not happening.
Well, yes, we're negative.
There's something weird about her.
Uh,
I don't think I like her anymore. There's something about her that's putting me off.
what has he done that has shown that he's able to commit to anything for a long period of time that you have seen?
He's committed to his credit cards.
Okay.
So nothing. So seriously,
Yeah.
there's actually
I don't know, dude.
nothing?
No,
Nothing
like,
that you've seen that he's committed to that is like something hard that he is committed to for multiple years. Because if there's nothing, then that gives me zero hope.
I've had the same job for 4 years.
Why do you work 5 hours a week?
That's recent.
I know. You work 5 hours a week.
but it's current.
Yeah.
5 hours a week?
That's recent.
I know. You work 5 hours a week.
He works 5 hours. He works 5
That
hours a
gives me
week.
zero hope.
What?
I've had the same job for 4 years.
Why do you work 5 hours a week?
That's recent.
I know. You work 5 hours a week.
But it's
He works 5 hours a week?
current.
Yeah.
Just because it's recent doesn't mean it's not current.
It's also easy to show up to a job. That is easier
Well, it's
than
easy
you.
to show up to a job where you get to choose your hours.
Works 5 hours a week. That's fucking crazy to me. He works 5 hours a week, dude. That's fucking insane.
And you
That's
get to do what you
definitely
want.
easy.
And you get to stop at QT and you get to do this and that and go here whenever you want to.
That's why he's maintained the job, right? Like, we understand that the only reason he maintained the job is because it's not a real functioning job. Like, he's maintained it because they don't like pay him consistently. Like, he doesn't get consistent hours. Of course, it's like 5 hours a week. Like, what? Like, okay, like, no kidding.
I would love to stop at QT and get a little snack and
He's
then go
married to QT. You're
work.
A little snacky poo, a little poo poo snack.
the side piece.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Stop at QT and get a little snack and
He's
then go
married to QT. You're the
work.
side piece.
Yeah.
Damn.
And a cheap one at that.
See those donut holes and prioritize that one over those. Over those.
Prioritizing those donut holes over her donut hole, dude. How could you do that? I don't know. You know what, though? You want to know what? Maybe she doesn't have a good donut hole, because I could have my shit. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be addicted to that shit. I don't know. Maybe she's not offering up enough goods. They probably don't have like any sex because they probably are like hateful and resentful of each other. Or she is of him. They don't do anything. I don't know.
Freedom flex.
What's the balance on that
Yeah,
one?
what's the balance? Because I have one as well.
Hi.
Not mine.
Yep, because we were purchasing on a card that we're only making the minimum monthly payment that is accruing interest, meaning the balance went up even though you paid money towards it. It's at $2,342.88 with $79 minimum monthly payment. Interest accruing $56.08, 10 years to pay off if you don't purchase what you're incapable of. You spent a lot of money on gambling apps?
Damn, dude. Somebody said gambling before. And I was like, no way, not gambling. That's it. You know what? You know what?
Not a lot.
What? I have specifically that from you guys. He has spent a lot of money on gambling apps that you
Yeah.
haven't for the last couple months, but you
I
have.
think it's about 250 total.
Oh, it's more than that.
I don't think so.
You don't know anything.
I think it's about 250 total.
You think a lot of things, but you don't know anything.
think
I
it's
trust
more.
her on this one. I mean, she has been quoted of thinking that's a significant reason why the debt went up.
Yeah, I don't know
is this
exactly
gambling
how much it was because
She's
I
like
saw
slot
it and it
machines.
freaked me out.
Like he's trying to throw her under the bus. Oh, he's like slot machines. Okay.
On the phone.
Did you even know this was
on the
happening?
phone. No, because his brother was doing it, and had been asking him for like months and months and months. Like, do you have the gambling app? Do you have the gambling app? Everybody's talking about. Like, do you have it? And he would tell me no. And then
He would tell you no?
He told me no multiple times.
And you trust this man?
Yeah, I do.
Why were you asking him specifically about this gambling app? Like, what made you so suspicious? See, this is what I'm talking about. There's something going on here. That, like, you know what I mean?
You want to have a kid with this man?
I didn't have it in the beginning.
Wow, that's incredible.
Okay, but if I'm asking you
that's fucking
something
crazy.
several times and you knew it would hurt me or piss me off for you to have, and then you went ahead and downloaded it anyway, I'm sure I had asked you, do you have the gambling app while you had it? And you'd be like, no, I don't have it.
Yeah, I did do that.
Okay, so then.
What the guy? What are you?
What the fuck, guy?
What a mess!
Fuck, we fucked
Oh,
up.
what if you're not a fucking human?
I don't think it's as much as she's making it seem.
She was very clear that she did not want you to download this app by asking if you had it, so that she made sure that you didn't have it, and then you chose to do it. And then you spent money on it.
And it wasn't
That
just-
is it is the action. Even if you spent $1, it is very clear that she did not want you to be gambling.
I thought I could win.
That doesn't matter.
He said he thought he could win. Holy fuck, he's memeing. He thought he could win, dude. He had to get the gambling app because he thought he could win.
You absolute creature of this fucking earth. It doesn't matter.
I thought I could win is the most. It's just the most immature, insane thing to say to somebody when they're like, you gambled all our money away. I thought I could win. Oh, cool. Like, what a great response. Because, you know, nobody else that gambles ever thinks they can win. No kidding. Great stuff, man.
She was
thought I
very
could
clear
win.
that she did not want you to have the gambling app because she knew it would be bad and she was against it. And then you went and did it regardless if you thought you would win.
Look, by the way, she said it herself. He treats her so well.
You did something
What a
that
violation of respect. This is fucking crazy.
she didn't want you to do. And she was very clear about it. What the is wrong with you?
I have a spending problem.
I have a problem. Okay.
Oh!
I think that she should just leave him. There's no point at this point. He's just going to keep saying that he has problems. Like, okay, cool. Everybody has problems, man. Good stuff. Let it be a failure. Leave him. Go find somebody else. Although, honestly, she might actually enjoy this type of behavior in some weird, twisted fucking way. Like, she might actually kind of enjoy the behavior just in the sense that it gives, I don't know, maybe she wants to feel like superior to her partner, or I don't know. It's, I think that I can't really put my finger on it 100%, but there's something about her behavior that I think there's something about her that makes me think that she like enjoys this behavior from him. Honestly. Oh, that's not good.
Ladies and
penis.
gentlemen,
He has no
me!
penis. Right in the penis.
I can't deal with this for 1 hour. How are you existing?
Because it's not like this is just about money. So it's.
But money is so much. You
I
just
know.
discovered. He downloaded an app without your consent
Yeah.
that you didn't want him to have. You discovered that a year ago, and then he said he wasn't going to pay it off. Then you found out he didn't pay it off, and it only went up by a substantial amount. And then after you took away the credit cards, you found he was still spending money on other hidden credit cards. This isn't just a random conversation.
Yeah.
This is everything. How do you deal with? How often do you just break down and cry?
I do every single time we talk about it. I just haven't because we've had like a really good month this month because it's been like a little bit of time since I've taken his credit cards.
How
because
long
he's been
until he opens a
forced.
digital one, puts it
don't
in
know.
a wallet, a digital wallet?
I have them in my wallet.
Huh?
They're in my wallet.
Yeah, he
on my
has them
phone.
all in his digital wallet. He just doesn't use them. I only
He
have the
probably doesn't know
physical
how.
copy. He knows how to use them. It's just like more of a hassle, I think.
Wait, so he knows how to are they saying that he has credit cards in his digital wallet, but he's not using them? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. Something's not adding up.
Can you pay for her health insurance by using Pay in 4?
I have a couple times, yeah.
What is that like? That's one of those things where you pay later.
Yeah, the one thing that I asked him to do, he put it on paying for.
Oh,
And I freaked out when I saw that too.
What was this?
Like
3
a couple
months
months ago.
Oh, what?
After I had a TSI. So something where like health insurance would be really important to have.
I would have been out of the house. I'll be honest.
True.
Maybe you don't have enough self-respect for yourself at this point.
Oh, dude, true. Caleb, she needs to hear this.
Or maybe you feel trapped. Or like no matter how much I love someone, what if we stacked up to like 5 times where he's gone behind your back?
That's not what I want to do. But
Yeah. And
I would have been out of the house. You don't get to stick around. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Change of behavior, seeing a pattern. Okay. But 5 fucking times with no change and only gotten worse? I'm out. I'm out.
I didn't put it all together like 5 separate times. Like, because it's all about the same thing. So I've grouped it all into one big thing instead of like 5 separate issues. Which it is 5 separate issues, but...
I mean, it's PlayStation Network that he's spending on.
damn, he's a PlayStation gooner, guys. I like the PlayStation. I might get a Switch when I go to Pennsylvania, though.
$221 of interest this year so far.
Switch 2, obviously. I had the first one.
Your flex, the one that is spent on but is always paid off.
Correct.
I don't even care. It's about Lush. Go get your Lush, girl.
It was, yeah.
That's fine. You're managing this fine. We are going to have to sacrifice as a household now, unfortunately.
There you go. Hey, listen, Caleb's got it in him. He's got it in him a little bit. He's like, listen, you enjoy your little sweet treat, your Lush. You know, you enjoy the Lush. You know, just keep taking it that long. Just keep taking it long enough, you fucking asshole. It took so long for him to fucking
Going forward to pay
That's like-
his mistakes.
I really wanted to come because I need to know like how much I need to be doing so that I can still be saving for school and
We'll
paying,
figure that out at the end. Freedom. Back to yours. $1,893.64. 7 years to pay off. $44 of purchases, which was more than the minimum monthly payment of $40. It's interest free for now. This is PlayStation Network, PlayStation Network, PlayStation Network. 3 PlayStation Networks, 1 on the previous card as well, so 4. What the f? So dude's just sitting on his ass, jacking off and playing games all day.
I don't know
actually
what those
don't
are
jack
because
off.
he doesn't
You know what jacking off is?
he doesn't play games that much.
Why is there 4 video game
I don't
charges?
know. I don't know.
Wait, what? What is he doing then?
All of them are probably the monthly fee to play online, and then
One would be that.
and then
What are the amounts?
probably bought a couple games or something like that.
Probably. Wait, sorry. What? There's something weird going on here. He probably bought a couple of games. What?
Games.
I want to know what games. I don't think he bought any games. I think there's something weird going on here. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Off, dude. Such a tit. Interest starts accruing in a couple months when she starts school.
That would be so convenient.
Yeah. Well done, guy. What a partner. What a spouse. What a man. What a future husband.
Current
Or
husband.
father. What a future father.
I'm trying to better myself.
No, you're not. Shut the f up. Say that again and I will decapitate you. I will bring in Salah. He has practice from home.
What? What does he do? Who's Salah?
Even the f is this? What is this a car?
Oh yeah, that's called.
Yeah, my car.
17.25% interest rate.
That's fucking
Haven't
crazy.
seen that in years. Months.
Bro, why would they give him that? There's only way that they would give him the only way you get an interest rate that high is if they don't think that you're going to pay it back. So what the fuck was he doing?
For a long time. What the f? What is it? Whose is it?
That's
That's
his
mine.
car.
Shock. Who? What is it?
It's a Mitsubishi Mirage.
Is it yours, please? Because I also know you co-signed for your brother's, right?
Yeah, this is mine. Yeah.
And then he co-signed for his brother's car?
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Did she know about that?
Say.
This was before me. This was,
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
6,700. It's worth like 5. So you're negative, but just a little, not horrendous. But it's at a fucking 17.25% interest rate of death. Monthly payment, $398.23 with a balance of $6,729.36. insane interest, valued at 5. And then what is this fucking co-signed brother's car bullshit?
I co-signed for him to get a Kia Soul.
Hey, shout out to the Kia Soul. Am I right, guys? Shout out to the Kia Soul.
Yeah, what's the balance in minimum monthly payment and interest rate?
It got totaled. He only owes like $2,000 left on it.
Which means you owe $2,000 on it.
Well, he pays it.
For now. What if he dies?
Yeah.
Why do you ask that?
I hope he don't die.
I hope he don't as well.
I was just asking if he actually pays it because he's not driving the car.
Okay.
Because it's totaled.
Yeah,
So,
is he responsible?
no.
Oh.
I think the minimum payment on that's $400 as well.
What the fuck?
$411, I think.
Never seen a triple comp
Why the
on that.
fuck would you co-sign for your brother?
Because he's my brother.
Well, yeah, he's your family. I get that, but still, like these are just like irresponsible fucking idiots.
But you had to pay for your brother's tolls.
Yeah.
So how do you
You gotta pay for your brother's tolls. What the fuck?
know he's making his car payments if you're paying for
You
his
had to pay
toll
for his
payments?
tolls?
It was like $250 too.
Why the
it wasn't just like a little
Oh my
$11
God.
toll bill.
The tolls? Like, what the fuck? You're paying for his tolls? What is happening here? What the fuck?
Oh, your side's a mess.
I didn't know about him until I had the toll people call me.
No, but he wasn't paying it, and you're a co-signer. Who says he's gonna pay his remainder $2,000?
Oh fuck, that's a.
He's never missed a payment on it, so.
Yeah, when did it get totaled?
Like 8 months ago.
But he missed his toll payments.
Yeah.
So how do you know he's
What
not
if he
missing?
loses a job? What if he has a big emergency come up? And what if, worst case, he
What if he only starts working 5 hours a week? You know, what happens then?
dies?
Wow, that was
Disabled?
incredible.
Who knows? There's so many things. Don't co-sign. Do not co-sign. So stupid. Do I have a statement for that?
I'm
I
sure.
don't think I do.
I think I
No.
sent it.
Oh, maybe.
Or it might be on the credit report.
Oh, well, we'll see. I have a checking account next. Okay, individual. Who has Chase?
We both
both
have
do.
Chase.
Whose Chase has $490?
Probably
His.
mine. Yeah.
Well, this is not negative. Though you did have a fee for not having enough. Winning got some bullshit. Mexican Grill, Lake Catherine State, Apple Bill, Toasted Yolk Cafe, National Park Gifts, Fat Bottom Girls. Cash App sending out $40, Apple Bill, ATM withdrawal 65. Who knows where the that went? A feed that went with it. Amazon Music, going in and getting some BS. McDonald's, more PlayStation. That is 6 PlayStation charges at this time. Going in and getting some BS. Starbucks, going in and getting some BS. Zelling out money. Getting some cards. Critique Entertainment. What the fuck do you oh my, there's so many pages. Look
The
at
circus
this.
we went to.
Look at this fucking bull, guys. This is insane.
Jesus Christ.
Easy Store, going in and getting some BS. McDonald's, getting some BS. Disney Plus, ATM withdrawal, $150. Who knows where the f that went? Amazon Marketplace, going in and getting some BS.
ATM withdraw $1,800.
$150, sorry. Going and getting some BS. Dunkin' Donuts, getting some BS.
Jesus Christ. Why do they keep saying card purchase? They must be hiding something in these purchases.
Getting some BS. Prime Video channels, probably run to the movie or something. Getting some BS. Cash App and our money. 7th PlayStation charge in one single month. 7. Paramount Plus. It's a bullshit. That one. Going and getting some BS. Apple Cash Down. Oh my. Getting some BS. McDonald's. Double Donuts. Getting some BS. Apple Bill. Selling out money. Apple Bill. Cash App out. Prime Video. McDonald's. Getting some BS. Chili's. Cable.
Cable hammer.
Getting some BS.
Cable.
Go Casa.
What do you mean cable?
Probably YouTube TV.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's called YouTube TV cable? That's interesting.
Oh, and then the actual semi-decent human being, $4,432 in hers, went up. Her balance went up. I did go out, but you can afford it in your budget with the things that you're doing, even though now that we're together and we're going to combine, no, you actually can't anymore,
Right.
unfortunately. But Jack in the Box, Crackle Barrel, Amazon, Dirty Dough, Kindle, go to the library, Apple Bill, Zelle Out Money, Apple Bill, Netflix, Spotify, Rita's, going and getting some BS, Burger King, Amazon, Jack in the Box, Amazon, Brew House, DoorDash, Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, Amazon, Panera Bread, Target, storage subscription, Sonic Drive-In, Apple Bill, Amazon. Pull out your phone. 2,000 in savings, went up $500. That's good. $150 in, I'm guessing, your savings.
Yep.
Went down from 190. So, oh, you're both the exact opposite. I would have thought. Oh, and then $20 in that savings. Okay. Household income for now is $4,800. It's going to go down when, when school start?
August, like end of August.
We're doing everything as a household now. Get a joint checking account.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea, getting a joint checking account with this guy. I feel like they should fucking divorce, so I feel like getting a joint checking account, Like, what does that really do for them? Other than, like, financially bind them to each other even further?
Eyes on each other's budgets, eyes on each other's credit cards, and then budget through the budgeting app on a monthly basis. Sit down, see what went wrong, see what happened, see what we need to improve on a monthly basis. But our debt for the household is $819.23 on a monthly basis. Well, nothing to rent, nothing to utilities. We pay nothing to debt.
No.
Okay, but you do take care of your groceries. How much is that on a monthly basis? How many people are you taking care of?
3.
Okay, I'm allowing you to contribute the household up to, it's because it's not his fault. You can give a little more for dad. $1,000.
A
But
month.
no going out to eat. That's the thing.
Okay, that's a lot.
Well, it's because you go out to eat a lot. You go out to eat a lot too.
No, I do.
$1,000 a month. We don't really spend
We don't spend
$1,000 a month.
$1,000
on
right
groceries.
I
now.
know, because you go.
Because we go out to eat. You're right.
I see
Got
what you're
it.
saying now. I get
Phone
it.
bill.
Yeah, obviously, if you don't go out to eat, you're going to spend more money staying inside. That's kind of, no shit.
I don't
My
pay
dad pays my
phone
phone bill.
Gas, vroom, drive.
I probably spend $150 a month, maybe.
Wow,
You probably spend more than that.
More on average, probably $150.
Wait, for gas? What?
Gas, vroom, drive.
I probably spend $150 a month, maybe.
How do you spend $150 a month if he works 5 hours a week? What? What kind of car? What?
You probably spend more than that.
More on average, probably $150.
I'm gonna say 200.
Maybe like 100, if that. My car
300.
gets-
Car insurance.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. All right. Now I think I actually do understand. It sounds to me like with his job, he probably has to go to like a bunch of different places. So he's probably taking long drives. He could probably write off some of that too. So he's probably does some kind of job that's not like it's obviously necessary, but that it's like limited in the amount of people that they need to hire. So he's like, okay, you got to drive like, an hour out this way and go do this or blah, 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 and then we'll pay you for this. That's probably what it is.
Mine is $160.
Mine's $230. I pay for mine and my dad's.
It's 5 hour day. I thought it was 5 hours a week. I could have swore that at one point they said 5 hours a week. I swear to God. I'm not fucking imagining that. I know that they said that.
We gotta separate, guys. We gotta just separate from house. TP fund, $200. Anything else you guys need in life? If there's extra wiggle room there, you can put a subscription. If there's not, you can't. Car insurance, $390. Medical copays. Oh, you're out of pocket right now, right?
Yeah, just hers is
what is it?
$300 a month.
300. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay. No pets.
maybe 303.
No pets. Okay,
2
303.
pets.
What?
2 dogs.
Health, age.
What the hell's happening? I'm
7
literally
and
dodging
5.
backwards.
7-year-old questionable. 5-year-old health.
Good. Both of them
Okay.
are good.
I don't know if the 7-year-old will qualify for insurance. I'll budget it in like they could be. I'll do $70. Pet food, how much on a monthly
I'm surprised Caleb doesn't sell pet insurance at this point with how much he's talking about pet insurance.
basis?
But I think he has dogs, so Caleb seems like he has a soft spot for animals.
Like 80.
That's why he likes me.
Anything else that needs to be in this budget?
My supplies for work.
Oh, yeah.
My spray paint.
How much is that?
Spray paint? How much? What?
A month.
Now it's probably $100, $150 as well.
150? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call work 150. You guys have wiggle room. This is just an absolute joke, but it's all you. 4,800 is what come in. 3,702.23 is what goes out. Give you basically $98 of wiggle room. Let's say you have an extra $1,000 on a monthly basis. But that's until fall, not that long. And what was debt again? I mean, that car is insane interest rate, so we got to prioritize that just like everything else. I subtracted your brother's, and I'm subtracting the cons, which is $177. So $19,653. If we were able to maintain this, I mean, obviously, basic math, it takes 19 months. It's not bad. So the goal is, buddy, is you got to, by the time she works, replicate her income in so that in a year and a half, year and 3/4, you guys pay off all this bad debt. And that's not the worst. And then she's almost done with school at that point. And you're going to be grinding in order to be a man, in order to fucking take care of the household so that you guys are setting up yourselves for success post-school.
Yeah.
So you need to bring in enough money to supplement her losing her job when she goes into school. Then in a year and 3/4, you guys pay off debt if you budget this aggressively like I am. And then you have to save up a 6-month emergency fund, and then we can move out. And that'll be right around graduation.
I'm irritated that for some reason I hit the assassinate button and he just did a heavy attack.
That is the step. But you have to budget together. It's combining the accounts, joint checking account. That's where the spending is being made. No extra fund money. I gave a wiggle room of like $100, and TP fund, if you have anything left there, that's where it can be as well, which I put 200. Okay?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's you though.
It's
and
all
you've
me,
promised a lot and you've done nothing. So that's my concern. Household financial score, we overspent. So 0 out of 10 spending. Debt, it's not the worst debt. That auto loan's insane. No collections, no IRS debt. Still not good for your income situation, especially living at home. So 2 out of 10. Emergency fund, luckily you have some. In fact, do you have to pay $10,000 up front for school?
No.
So
I don't know
it's over
exactly the
course of-
logistics of it, but I think it's like by semester, so like 3-ish.
Do you know your qualifications for federal subsidized student loans?
I don't qualify.
At all?
No.
Okay, then let's
What, are they just doing too well financially for it?
keep that. I was going to put it towards that, but let's put it towards school if we can't borrow for that. So emergency fund,
I have like about $3,000.
yeah, but it's
like not
honestly
a
going to go
lot,
for
but
school. So.
Yeah. Well, that's not
Which she has $3,000. Oh, okay.
in my school savings. Like that's not
Yeah, but
included.
it might need to go for school.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call it a 3 out of 10. Retirement,
No.
not a single cent. 0 out of 10, which is horrible because you guys are losing the best decade of your life for compound growth. Real estate, 0 out of 10. So Hammer financial score, that is going to be
That's the one good thing. My wife and I, for our retirement, we're just maxing out her retirement contributions for her 403b. So the maximum this year is 23,500. So we're maxing that out to 20. So we're like, that's the most we're gonna put in. So that's like her retirement's like our retirement right now. And if she does become like a stay-at-home mom, we'll figure something out. Maybe we can roll over the 403b because I think it's just for like nurses and social workers into maybe a 401k, and then we'll contribute like in another way. So that's if we can afford that.
1 out of 10. Guys, make sure to join us for the post show. Some extra drama and stuff we couldn't talk about because, try to keep things a little more PG and just private things, from going out there. But when it's
what's going on, dude. He's spending money on something crazy.
Membership, people are willing to share a bit more. So make sure you join us there. Join Hammer Elite. It is the best YouTube membership in the history of the platform. The platform themselves, the higher ups, have told us that. So make sure you subscribe and join us. So we'll see you in the post show. Make sure to download the budgeting app. Get yourself that signed cookbook when you sign up for annual, and I'll send it to your door. Like, what made you confess all this?
He didn't confess. I found it.
Found it.
He had.
Her dad doesn't know about the debt, and the dude just lost his job, and you're sitting on your ass playing video games all f***ing day. I mean, you're saying you're not getting jobs
I'm
back.
by the 50.
Oh my gosh, you have to do everything. Are you incapable of anything? And then her dad doesn't even know about the debt, and he's taking care of you. What a joke! Dude, I'm sick. I'm sick of you.
Damn.
Sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel that way. It's such a cucked answer.
Leave.
Yeah, he needs to get his shit together, or that's what's gonna happen.
Exclusive members content. Click the link in the description or pin comment.
That's crazy. Well, guys, I recommend you checking it out. That was a fucking crazy video, though.